Welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana
and Marnie.
Got the intro right this time.
At what cost?
A girl had to cough, but I had a little coughing fit. How have you been since the Cowboy Carter listing party that we had?
So we're doing it now. We're going to get to pop culture news.
Well, we can put it in pop culture news. I just don't have anything to say at the beginning.
Let's talk about it.
Actually, wait, did you want to say something first?
No. I mean, I could have probably found something. I always have something to say.
I'll let you go for it.
Too late now, we started. Let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay, go on.
Starting with the argument as well. Really bad vibes for the pod. We're 1 minute into the pod. We are
Sorry, we were supposed to talk about it in pop culture news, but we just,
I believe that Beyonce puts crack cocaine in her music because why did I listen to the album on Monday and then download 6 of the songs? Why did I do that?
Okay.
Why did I do that?
Why did you? Can I guess your 6 songs?
Yeah.
Okay. Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
Yeah.
Blackbird.
No.
Oh. Daughter.
No.
Oh. Sweet Honey Bucking.
Yep.
Riverdance.
No.
Yaya.
Yep.
Shoot, what's the 6th one? Oh, yeah, I don't know how many I've got now. What was the last one?
I actually think it might be more than 6.
There's another song that I'm thinking of that I feel that you did like. I know the slower songs weren't your faves in our listening party, but I'm just trying to think of any that would have got you. The 2 Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus. Absolutely not. That face you gave me, absolutely not. Okay.
Pass.
Okay. Well, I had. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna go back and look at the album.
I will tell you the ones that I can remember while you're looking at the album.
Go on.
American Requiem.
The first one.
My Rose.
Wow.
Bodyguard. Texas Hold'em.
Okay. You can see the ones I really liked as well.
There's one more. I think it's called Desert Eagle.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah, Desert Eagle.
The one that's like a minute long and that should have been longer. Yeah. Okay, I'm surprised because when we release this, it will be released because it's backed up. I may do it next. I may just release that one next, and then the next one we'll go back to the regular scheduling. But yeah, you weren't a massive fan of a lot of the songs.
No, I just don't.
I think it was the wrong time.
It was the wrong time, and also
for us to be
listening to it again.
Yeah.
Listening to it again, I was like, I think one of the things that really stands out to me about this album is it feels like every song feels like a soundtrack song. And I think I might have said that when we were listening to them. Some of these sound like soundtrack songs, and even having listened to them multiple times, with Renaissance, I really felt transported to a place. Like I was imagining myself, even in the visuals I was creating in my head, like in a space.
Yeah. Like
those songs were written for me.
Yeah.
And with these, I feel like I'm a person watching a film. Yeah. I'm watching visuals, but I don't think of myself in those visuals. Yeah. And so, like, I won't say that the album is bad by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it's a bad album. I just think it's not one that I am going to be like, oh my god, if Beyonce never made another song again, this would be the song to end on. Like, it's not that for me.
Yeah.
Even, like, I've been listening, like I said, I think the songs are laced with crack cocaine because I've been listening to
Sweet Honey
Bucking over and over. And I enjoy the experience, but I don't feel like it's getting into my consciousness where I'm like, I know exactly the time and space where I need to hear it. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, when I hear Cuff It, I just think about, like, getting ready to go out on a night out and, like, that excitement that you feel like, oh, tonight we might meet someone nice and we're going to dance, we're going to play all our favourite songs. Like, all of that, those songs feel like they're filled with promise. Whereas Sweet Honey Bucking, I'm like, yeah, this is a song that will come on at the club.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like,
yeah.
But it's not going to be the one that I'm yelling, requesting the DJ to play because it's like my song.
No.
Like, they don't feel like my song in that way.
No.
But I enjoy them. I do enjoy the songs that I've downloaded, and
yeah,
it's
cute.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. Like, this is not something where I would say, Beyonce, hang it up. You have made the biggest mistake of your life at all. I just I feel like that's what my thing is. I don't feel like this album was made for me.
Yeah, but I think
not that. And how could it be? She's never met him before in her life.
Yeah. You know? Sorry, this is for you directly, Marnie.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, Renaissance did feel like it was made for me.
Oh, that's really sweet. I think it's hard because had you felt any of the other albums before then was made for you?
I would say Renaissance and Lemonade.
Yeah.
Is the first Beyonce album I listened to the whole way through.
Really enjoy, yeah.
Like, because before that time, even as a music listener, I didn't listen to entire albums.
Yeah.
Like, I would listen to singles and maybe put like an artist's entire discography on shuffle and pick a couple of songs. But like, I'm very much the kind of person, if I hear a song, I like that song, I'll be listening to that song for the next 6 months. I'm not trying to get more new songs.
Same.
But as I got older, and I think I want to say maybe Renaissance was the first time I was like, yeah, this is why it's sometimes nice to just sit in an entire experience of an album as opposed to like hopping in and out.
Yeah.
And there are albums that I've listened to all of, but not sequentially. Like, I just happened to dip back into the album again. So all of that is to say, I haven't done that. And I was thinking, actually, after that album, going back and listening to her old ones, because there are definitely songs on those, like that, anything that wasn't released as a single that I've probably just never heard.
Yeah.
So I might do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's your feelings about it?
Yeah, definitely.
What have you downloaded? Well, not downloaded.
Well, I think there's 4 songs that it's showing me that I liked. I think that's the download side, basically. In my most top repeat songs. Texas Hold'em was already there from when it came out. Bodyguard, Jolene, surprisingly. I liked Tyrant.
I forgot Two Hands to Heaven.
Okay, yeah. And I liked...
That's the first I Love My Man song.
Oh, that you like.
I've been okay. I don't know.
And then everything else, I've kind of heard... Well, actually, some of them I've only heard for the first time when we were doing the listening party, I'll be honest.
And I was I'm okay.
I'm okay. I don't think I need to listen to it again. I do like Daughter, but it's not on my repeat. And, yeah, everything else, like, there was basically everything between... Yaya is nice as well, but it's a nice song to hear, but I just don't know when I will want to keep on playing it on repeat. Whereas Bodyguard was the song that I just kept on playing on repeat because I just enjoyed the vibe and the mood and the fact that, it was a bit of a slower tempo, and I could see the visuals, i.e. the movie that I'm watching, and I just enjoyed the beat of the song, and I love that kind of country vibe to it. But there's the whole midsection of the album I don't think I've listened back. Like Levi Jeans and Alligator. Alligator Tears. Alligator Tears.
Alligator Tears.
I've not listened back to. But yeah, I think the album is really good. I do believe that what you said in terms of there must be some crack cocaine or something laced into the album, because the way I see people going off on TikTok about it, and in my head,
I think it means something different for American people.
I do agree.
I think that because they have cowboy culture, it's much more accessible to them. I think that because there's a podcast that I listen to which I love called Las Culturistas, and they did a track by track review of the album, and they were just singing all of the song, but pretty much every song's praises. And it was so interesting to me because I was like, the things that you liked about some of those songs are exactly the things that I did not like about those songs. So maybe it's just the gateway to country music already exists for you, whereas I didn't even have a gate to begin with.
Yeah, true.
Or I had a little dog flap.
Yeah.
A cat flap, actually, of a way into country, because there's a lot of some of the samples. Obviously, I know Dolly Parton. Yeah. Some of the samples, they do the boots are made for walking. I recognize those songs. So there is some of that in there, but not enough for me to be wow. Oh my god.
That's the thing, and that's the hard part for me, because the songs with the familiar, the familiarity is the one I am leaning towards, and I can see it even in like my most likes. Yes, I loved Bodyguard because it felt very familiar. Like we talked about it having that kind of Fleetwood Mac. Like you gave that reference. So yeah, and then the couple of the songs maybe towards the end, like Tyrant was given like a bit of Renaissance vibe, a bit of her like upbeat type of tracks where you're like, oh, this is great, and it's familiar, and I get it. Some of the ballads in the middle, I'm just like, it's so slow, it's not going anywhere. And where would I listen to this? Like, I do like Adele, but I don't think I've listened to her full album all the way through. Or maybe like the early ones I've listened to all the way through, but it's only been once. I have no reason to listen to it again. It's not like I'm in that space, and I don't want to be in that space where I'm listening to this feeling like down and depressed. Actually, yeah, most of the songs I like from Adele are the upbeat ones. It's, you know, it just is what it is. But I will say it's a cute album. I definitely was thinking, I think it was like Saturday, well, I think it was last weekend where I was like, look, Beyonce could sing Baba Black Sheep and everyone would be like, wow, this is amazing. I'm just like, is it the Beyonce effect, or is it the fact that you love the music? I mean, Beyonce, this album has done massive records for her. Like, she's the first black artist to have I think first black female artist or black artist altogether who's had a #1 country album. All the stars that were featured in that album, they've seen boosts in their sales, including like the Linda Martell, because I think she has her own track. She's like one of the original black female country artists. She's also actually retired because the industry was just so non-inclusive. But now all her music has been discovered. Yes. No, what's that thing where you're not like allowed in? Excluded, yeah. That excluded her basically. And now her music being discovered, and there's so many amazing things that's come to life since her releasing this album. Even Cowboy Carter, even though when we found out about the name, we were like, what does that mean? And there's a whole like meaning behind it. And I was listening to a YouTube video by Nikki Starr, who's like, she talked about reality shows, and she was going into the history of country music and the originators as well. And there was a white guy called something Carter who basically stole that music from black artists, and he would actually work with another black person to go to like places like churches and other like black communities and steal that music.
Elvis Presley.
It wasn't even Elvis. It wasn't Elvis. It was a white guy called.
But isn't that?
That's the story of Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Also, bank assured the next act is rock. In Bodyguard, she talks about like, I'll protect you in the mosh pit. So every time I hear that lyric, I'm like, the next act is rock. And I just feel like with the direction of, you know, the genres, I definitely feel like it makes sense. But yeah, I'm like you, where I don't usually, depending on the artist, if I really like them, I will listen to their whole album once, all the way through, and then I would then just play on repeat my favorite ones. And I think I'm doing the exact same for this. Renaissance was slightly different because I didn't like it to begin with, and it took me, when I saw the visuals, for me to then want to go back and listen to the songs in a bit more detail, bar like Break My Soul and Cuff It, which is the only songs I kind of liked. So yeah, I think Cowboy Carter is cute and is good. I kept saying cute on the recording. I think it's a good album. It's not her top. It's not my favourite from her at all. But I think she has done wonders with this album in terms of the genre. She's put her Beyonce stamp on it, which we always expect her to do. I'm keen to see how she will integrate this into a tour. If the tickets do come out, apparently there's rumours that she wants more intimate settings.
So I feel like Las Culturistas, they're basically saying it's going to be Vegas. She's going to do a residency.
I mean, that makes sense though. That makes sense. But in that case, would you want to go?
I mean, I've never been to Las Vegas, so my cousin went to Vegas to see Silk Sonic, so I don't think that there is, like, I feel like there are worse reasons to go to Vegas.
Should we say?
So
that was set up so quickly. What was the point?
Yeah.
That would literally get snapped up so quick.
Maybe it's a case of you're in Vegas and you're in the resale line.
Yeah, and you can
until you can get one.
I mean, I'm hoping if she does The Rock, when she releases Act 3, that she does a global tour, and this time.
Yeah, so now that it's going to be a mosh pit, you're ready to go.
No, I'm not. But no, my biggest regret from last year, one of my regrets from last year, is not paying the money for the tickets. I know you said let's do Club Renaissance, and I was like, nah, boo, that's the price of a holiday. But this time,
you're ready to do Club Renaissance.
I'm ready to do Club Renaissance. I don't even think it'll be called something completely different because it'll be the Axe tour. You know, it's so annoying. I actually wish I went.
Yeah,
at least if I went to
Renaissance,
I know, because I feel like the people that went to Renaissance tour, they are less fussed about going to Cowboy Carter because they felt that they were fed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They were fed enough until The Rock, and actually some people might not even come to The Rock. But I will come for The Rock. This is so annoying.
But you don't even know what The Rock album sounds like yet, so you're gonna come for The Rock.
Firstly, I trust that she's got it in hand. Like, we've seen it with Renaissance, we've seen it with Cowboy Carter, we've seen it with every single album before then. She knows how to put her Beyonce spin on it. Plus, the album won't just be the Rock stuff.
I'm actually more nervous about the Rock album. The thing about the country thing is I don't know enough about country to be offended by any of the choices that were made.
Yeah.
And I like house enough to enjoy the creativity with which she used the samples that she used, right?
Yeah.
I have a very particular taste when it comes to
rock music.
What some people would consider rock music.
So it's not someone just with a electric guitar.
No, because that's like, come on, don't be silly. I don't want to get into it. I just can't get into it right now. There's lots of things, but like,
he's like Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, but that's like that is leaning more even into like pop punk, emo, which is very different to like what Coldplay you wouldn't call rock, right? That's an indie band.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
But that would still fall in that's still on that side. So I'm saying there is such a spectrum of what she could then deliver.
I think you're gonna get.
If she delivers the kind of rock music I don't like, it's gonna be unbearable.
No, I don't. Even with the country album with Cowboy Carter, I don't feel like she did a specific type of country. I feel like she did a real spectrum. Like in one of the songs she talked about, genre mixing is exciting. It's supposed to be like exhilarating, and I think that's what you're going to get with every single one of these albums is mixing of genres. But at the heart of it, there will be something or some type of element that takes you back to the association of the main genre. Like Riverdance. Is it Riverdance or Sweet Honey Bucking or Tyrant, where they just use a violin? Like, it just sounds...
Tyrant.
Yeah, Tyrant. It just feels very synonymous with country, but it's not like a fully country song, because actually in anything, you have the opener with Dolly Parton, and then you just jump into like a dance beat / what would you call it?
Trap.
Yeah, that's it. Type of beat. So... yeah, I just feel like with rock, you're probably going to get similar things. And that's why I don't mind. Like, if it's like the rock where, when Rihanna did the rock album.
When did Rihanna do a rock album?
Rated R?
I didn't listen to the album.
Oh,
Auntie.
Auntie, yeah.
I wouldn't call that a rock album, though. That's not.
Yeah, there's just a couple of nice.
But I've listened to all of. That's another album that I listened to the whole way through.
Yeah, that was a great album. Wait, is that the one where she had blonde hair? No, the black hair was Umbrella. Blonde hair was Auntie.
Auntie is like.
Or was that the one just before
Work? That when Work came out. That's when Auntie came out.
I thinking of Rated R. Yeah, Rated R. She had like blonde hair. Wait, that is not 8. She has Rockstar 101. Rude Boy.
Yeah, Rude Boy is a rock song. Te Amo is a rock song.
Te Amo was a great song.
She's in her pop era.
Yeah, it's pop. But Te Amo was a great song. Auntie. Rihanna. But anyway, I'm keen to see what... Is this that song that she has with Kanye and...
Kendrick as well.
Yeah.
Kendrick's another artist that I would listen to the album the whole way through.
I think we're going to get a full spectrum on the rock side. I think you're going to get a bit of Coldplay. Like if Chris Martin isn't...
I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah, but I think you're going to get Chris Martin doing a couple of ballads with her. Plus you're gonna get.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get some of the heavier guitar, like Dirty Diana type of vibes.
Are we calling Dirty Diana rock music? Oh my god!
I mean, that's where I see rock going from Beyonce. I feel like it's gonna be Beyonce's stamp on it.
She's doing Tina Turner then.
Yeah, Tina Turner. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's very stadium rock. Stadium rock is very different, right?
Yeah, but so what would you consider rock?
I don't think there is any. I genuinely don't think there's such a thing. That I think it's so splintered in terms of subgenres.
Okay,
it's not like R&B where it's like you can the main gist of it is kind of the same. Yeah. I think maybe the only thing that is the same about rock is that like people play instruments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But beyond that, like you get spectrum. You just get a spectrum, and also varying degrees of how much it adheres to even that subgenre, if that makes sense.
So then what is one artist that you would want Beyonce to sound like if she does a rock album?
Paramore.
I was gonna say Paramore before.
Because I feel like that is a really clear distinction, because Hayley Williams from Paramore is a singer, right? She's not screaming into a microphone. She's not or whispering or mumbling. She sings the same way that the guy from Fall Out Boy sings. He's a singer, and then there are instruments and people playing stuff like with him. But
Maroon 5.
He is I mean, technically, he sings, but like exactly, you're not gonna sing you're not gonna be like, oh, Maroon 5 Fall Out Boy. Very, very similar music. Very similar music. Like,
different.
It's very different. Like, Maroon 5... And I think it also depends album to album, right? I think early Maroon 5 was a lot more jazzy.
Jazzy?
Jazzy, and it's like, when you think of Sunday Morning, that song is so much more jazzy. Like, there's nothing on the Fall Out Boy album nearly as jazzy as that song.
Songs About Jane was like an album that made me think, oh, I could like rock. And I know you don't think that's rock.
But then even it's that, and also that album is probably She Will Be Loved could be a Coldplay song.
Yeah, that's very true.
But Coldplay couldn't do Sunday Morning.
Very true.
So it's so weird the songs that could fit on one place and couldn't fit here. Yeah. But I was talking to a friend about this, and he was like, what you don't want is to hear Beyonce doing Coldplay songs, because Chris Martin is not a singer.
No.
And you will notice how weird it will sound when a singer starts singing those songs, because it only works because he's kind of got that mopey, miserable, like Yellow works because it's mopey and miserable.
True, so.
Right? And I don't want to hear Beyonce pretending to be mopey and miserable. You want Beyonce to be Beyonce on the song, which means that you want it to be... And as I think I said on the podcast last time, maybe I was saying to a friend, like, both Hayley Williams and both Paramore and Fall Out Boy have had songs where like there is a choir singing with them. That feels like a really easy...
Oh yeah, for Beyonce.
And then, going back to what I was saying, if it was a gospel album...
I would love that.
Because like, one of my other favourite bands is Kings of Leon. Yeah. And their early stuff is a lot more darker than their more recent stuff, because they got a bit more poppy, because they got more mainstream. But they are boys who grew up in the church who make music that is adjacent to essentially praise and worship songs. Yeah. So like there's like a rhythm to those songs in that sense, and those feel like more of an easy maneuver to go from what you do, which is making rhythmic music already, to make rhythmic music as well, but with a live band essentially. Yeah. But then, you know,
we'll have to wait and see. But I also
OT Bop had a rock version and it still worked and it was fantastic.
Which was that?
OT Bop by NSG.
I have no idea. Those are just letters. You just said that.
They are literally all just letters.
All letters.
I'll play it to you afterwards, but like it was a rap song, and then the composers, which are like a live band, played. NSG played a show with them doing the music live, and made it a lot more rocky. And I was like, this is actually really cool. Actually, like this is a really cool fusion. So maybe it's gonna be like that. Who knows? But it all depends on what kind of rock Beyonce wants to do.
That's true. And also, I don't know where she's in the process, because will she want to continue and incorporate some songs that are like housey, like Renaissance, and also country, like Cowboy Carter, into this album as well? Because, perfectly honest, from Renaissance into Cowboy Carter, she's gained a lot of new followers when she launched Renaissance, and a lot of those fans are coming to Cowboy Carter going, is there anything for me? So those songs, especially the last like 5 towards the end, I'm like, okay, so she's really prepping us for Renaissance. Especially now we know that it was actually supposed to be Cowboy Carter first and then Renaissance next. So I don't know if we're gonna get some country influences.
I mean, the country into rock is a much easier
Isn't that bad?
transition.
Yeah,
actually,
that is true.
Than
Than
house
house
into rock, but
do you know what? I can imagine Beyonce in one song trying to do house, country, rock, jazz, and gospel in one, and some Afro beats.
work.
Oh my god.
Afro rock.
Oh my. All time I think of Afro rock, I feel that one video I see on TikTok of that band. I can't remember what song they're singing, but they're trying to like do rock to the beat, and it's so odd, but also so interesting at the same time. And I can't remember the name of the song.
Okay, you'll have to show it to me.
Yeah, I need to find it. Let me wait.
I'm gonna pause this. Okay. Turns out we were talking about the same.
When she was saying it was Les, OT and SG, I was like, oh.
She thought I was talking about drugs. She was like, you're scaring me.
No, basically, then when we were younger, you would talk about all these bands. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. All I knew was Maroon 5 and Beyonce.
And you still do.
And I still do. I still do. Yeah, the OT and SG, that type of vibe, I think that would work for Beyonce. But, you know what, we'll just wait and see. That being said, when you add Afro to any genre, I just feel it just adds a bit of extra intrigue. Like Afro House reminds me always of Lisbon.
Oh my god.
It's such
incredible.
Fun. That was so fun.
Such great fun.
Honestly,
I do think that was one of my that's
my favourite club.
My favourite holiday.
Oh,
I think so.
That was my favourite clubbing experience ever.
Yeah, I think that might be in my top. Well, I really liked going to Berghain. Actually, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I would say. I would just say simply because of that ratio of woman to man, it cannot be number one. There was too many men.
Lisbon.
Yeah,
there was a lot, man.
That was they were respectful, but it was just every minute, every second something coming up for you.
Too many men.
They were literally on the street begging women to come into the club.
Yeah, that was bad.
So that's why I can't make a number one clubbing experience.
But the music took it away. You know what?
And also, like I said, the men were very respectful. It's not like
they
here where they would just be. If that now's the time for them to start cussing you because you don't want to go. Excuse me, please. I didn't even come out with you.
I came just to have a quick boogie and go home.
I got a free drink waiting for me at the bar. Get out of my way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just the best experience because the music was right, like the vibe was.
I think I paid for a single drink that night.
I can't remember
because they gave you drinks tokens when you came in.
Oh yeah, true.
And then guys would use their drink tokens
and give it
buy
to you.
Drinks.
Yeah, and then that was fun. And then it was with you guys, and I felt like it was like a good number of us. Like I mean, it's like 3 of us.
You're like, there was loads of us. It was 3 of us.
No, but I think it was just a good vibe, and
we were there for ages.
And we were there. That's the thing. Like usually in clubs, no offense, I am. After a couple
she's there
great
15 minutes, she's like, let's go home now.
No, you just get to the point where like I'm ready to go, but you can't go because everyone wants to still dance. Yeah. Whereas now at Lisbon, I was like, I want to just continue dancing.
Yeah, I think we were there. It was like
early hours,
3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we should go because we're getting a plane.
Yeah, crap.
I think if we weren't going home that day, we probably would have been like, oh, we'll just stay until the club closes.
Yeah, that was
or until somebody gets hungry.
Yeah, I mean we were close to.
Yeah.
Copenhagen wasn't a great clubbing experience, but the trip was fun.
Also, I feel like when we were leaving at like 3, people were arriving.
Yes,
and then
it was still light. I felt like it was getting light.
The going out in Lisbon is very that. Like people come into the club at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that sounds like Dirty December. That's how it.
I'm not trying to do that.
When they finished the club and they were like, okay, where's next?
I'm not trying to get jet lagged because I am waking up at 10 p.m. getting ready to leave the house at 2. Does that make sense? Coming home at 7 p.m. the next day. Just going from roaming from club to club.
Yeah. Whatever.
Also, clubs are the same wherever you go.
Yeah, it's true. After you do...
Apart from what we just saw, I know we were just espousing about Lisbon, but like, the experience of going to a club is you walk in the club, either it's too packed, there's nowhere to sit down, nowhere to put your bags.
Yeah.
You spend the entire time at the club queuing for a drink, you get the drink, and you're like, oh, it's dead here, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah. But to me, it's also like, how many different songs can we play between each place? Like, you're going to hear the same beat, the same song.
Maybe that's what we want.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, for me, the idea of Dirty December does not fill me with the most glee. But that being said, people have enjoyed Dirty December. Would you go Dirty December?
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because it's my country.
I was gonna say yeah.
I have reasons to go there, regardless of the fact of the clubbing. I mean, I might, while I'm out there, try it once. But like, what my sister was saying, where it's like, this is a daily occurrence.
Daily, fam.
I have accepted. I am too. And when she was telling me stories about it, I was like, I'm too old. I'm actually tired listening to you talk about it. Like, I'm too old for this. I don't think I was ever young enough for this. If I'm being honest, I don't want to like. When I'm done, I'm done. I don't want to go to another club.
Yeah, same. I feel like I like to have a start and end to the day.
Unless the next club has a bed.
Yeah.
And we're going to sleep. I don't really understand why I'm going to another club when I was already saying I'm too tired at this club.
I like my clubbing experience to have a start and an end. And that's it.
And I think there's also only so long you can drink.
Yeah. Because even, day drinking I can do, but I have to pace myself well. Peak too soon and you're done.
Yeah, I think day drinking is either you're going to a brunch and you're going to get shit-faced, or you're not going to get drunk.
True.
Like, you're actually having a meal, time. A proper meal, not like, here are some scraps, and then we're going to serve you 18 mimosas in this time. Like, no, you've got to have a meal, you've had a drink, you've had, maybe even had a bottle between the two of you, but like, you're not going to be smashed now because your stomach is lined, it's not high volume alcohol. Maybe you walk around for a bit and then you go to a bar, so you've walked it off anyway. We're going on a hike that is going to be alcohol friendly, but I doubt anybody, unless that person has decided I'm committing to being smashed, is going to be smashed, because we are going to be walking for 3 hours and we are going to be focused on that.
Oh my goodness, I'm really worried.
I spoke to my podiatrist about it today.
Oh yeah, exactly. What was?
It's gonna be fine.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, cool. Question: What shoes are you wearing? The thing is, before the pod,
my running shoes.
Are you okay? Because I was thinking either that or my Timberlands, but my Timberlands are a bad idea because they're heavy.
I was thinking about I was like, oh, maybe I should buy hiking boots. And I was like, now's not the time to try and break in a new pair of shoes. I think.
Honestly.
And I think my running shoes are going to be fine. Like, the walk is on a road. Like, we're never going to be just like... I was going
to say, is it muddy? No, it's not really.
I don't think so, because it's not raining. I have to double check if it's raining tomorrow where we're going, but it's not raining on Saturday, so it shouldn't be muddy. Yeah. But,
and just for context, we're hiking because it's Marnie's birthday this weekend. Woo, woo, woo,
I'm going to be 48. Someone asked me at work, is it a big birthday? And I said no.
What else can you say?
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, perfect. For me, big birthdays are if it ends in 0 or if it ends in 5.
Yeah, and it's not one of those. So, and also, it's none of your business. I feel like people. One thing I've noticed about my workplace, they are obsessed with finding out how old I am.
Have you told them?
Why do you care?
We never told them.
Why are you asking me that question? How is that work related?
So they can just size you up.
I will not be telling you how old I am. There are people in the office who do know how old I am, because it has come up naturally in conversation. But you coming up to me and be like, how old are you?
Yeah,
I'm not going to answer that question.
No, also, like...
Not because I'm a lady of a certain age, just because I feel like, what do you need this information for? Are you going to scam...
Yeah, it's true.
Apply for credit in my name? Yeah. You don't need to know my date of birth, babe.
I just keep on enjoying...
Especially when you're younger than me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I enjoy the shock of, like, you know, someone going, oh, how old are you? And I'm like...
Go on.
I say said age, early 30s, and they're like, what? I thought you were 23. I was like, come on, girl. Boy. The hairstyle doesn't help. Like, when my hair's natural, I look like a child.
I get it. Yeah. I saw that comedian Kay Kerr did a bit about how you can always tell when people are in their 30s, because when you ask them how old they are, they go, how do I look?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to answer the question. I'm not going to say, how old do you think I am? I'm not doing any of that.
I'm just going to say, point blank period.
I mean, yeah, say what it is, or I'm going to say, I don't see how that's any of your business.
I mean, I don't think I would ever say that, but, you know, for me, it doesn't make a difference. I think when I was younger, actually, I don't think it's ever made that much of a difference. So, but yeah, you're getting a little bit older.
I'm not.
Are we getting a bit wiser? Maybe.
Pass on this whole conversation. I think I'm not looking forward to this birthday. Well, I'm looking forward to my birthday because I love my birthday, but I'm not looking forward to this like older, wiser crap. I'm the exact same person.
But this could be a new opportunity to just like have a different perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm going on the hype. That's
okay.
the different perspective. The age is irrelevant, as my nan would say. This is irrelevant. And I'll say, okay, girl.
It's like a new thing. Like, you haven't ever done a hype for your birthday.
No, I've never done a hype for my birthday.
I mean, the most walking we've done is in the club. To the club.
Walking around the club.
Walking around the club. Come around the club.
I was thinking about it as well, like, 3 hours seems like a lot, but like that is not a lot when you think about how much walking we do when we're on holiday.
True.
It's actually a lot less.
The way that the steps, you just be amassing those steps in.
17,000, 20,000.
And the thing is, you don't even realise it, or you're like, oh, I have to go, I have to make sure I go to the next artifact. I have to go and see the next site. I have to do this all stuff. I'm tired, but I must continue.
You just be walking
non-stop. Lisbon wasn't that great for the walking.
No, but we was walking.
Hills.
That's why when I was thinking about it, it's like 3 hours is not. It's not. Yeah, and we'll be taking breaks, so it's not even like a straight 3 hour
True.
walk. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I do think.
I said I would video it for one of our friends who's not going to be here.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But
we'll take some videos. We must.
We absolutely must.
We must. Like, as if she's here with us.
Yeah.
It's also her birthday on the same day.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're talking about the same friends.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get to pop culture news?
Let's do it. Okay, so we pretty much spoke about one big topic that we were going to talk about for pop culture news, Beyonce. But, you know, big news have come up today. Big news. On Twitter, O.J. Simpson was trending.
It's the way that you are setting this up, by the way. Like, you have something. Go on, finish it. The pauses, everything. I'm like, what's coming?
You know what? I'm trying to think of the next thing I want to say. Yeah, O.J. Simpson was trending. I was like, what did he do? Clicked on it and...
Sorry, you think it's funny? You think it's funny that O.J. Simpson...
Your face is what is sending me. Because basically, I really did hype this up to announce that someone had died. So...
Yeah, you did.
You know why? Because it didn't happen. We just used our big news at the beginning when we were talking about Beyonce. Anyway.
Yeah, we said in terms of priority news, Beyonce and us talking about an album we've already spoken about is much more significant than O.J. Simpson being dead.
Yeah, so R.I.P. to O.J. Simpson.
Literally.
You can say... I mean, people have
some
comments.
Some people would
disagree.
Say not... Yeah, rest... Maybe not in the peace part.
Oh God! I mean, yeah.
Some people.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter was going off.
Some people. Not.
And the things I thought they were joking.
I think he did it.
No,
it's not funny. But he absolutely did do what he did. Kill that woman. But legally, he didn't.
Yeah, legally he didn't. Yeah.
But in the civil court, he did.
Oh yes, he did. Yeah.
So,
and in the court of public opinion,
he did.
He did. So yeah, R.I.P. to O.J. Simpson. He died at the age of 76 of cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Was it prostate? Crap. His family announced. He lived a very interesting life. What is funny about that? It's true.
To describe O.J. Simpson, he lived an interesting life.
Bam was initially an American football star.
He was literally the biggest person on the planet at one point. And then decided to kill his wife.
And some guy that came to drop off keys at the woman's apartment. A scarf.
It was a scarf that she left at a restaurant.
That was a very good waiter, man. In our day and age, finally lost and found.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is very insensitive.
It was a classy restaurant.
Yeah, it was.
With a very specific type of clientele.
So I'll take everything I just said. That was really insensitive.
Yeah, you're actually a really bad person. Sorry.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Even if he didn't kill her, he did.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Even if he didn't kill her, he did perpetrate a lot of domestic abuse towards her.
He did.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but doesn't seem like a great marriage.
No, he did say that if the glove doesn't fit, it wasn't him.
He did not say that.
He did
not say that.
His lawyer did say if the glove doesn't fit, You must have quit. I mean, the whole case with O.J. Simpson was so meme-worthy that they created the show. Like,
I don't think they created the show because it was meme-worthy. I don't think they're going to get so many memes off this.
I'm just saying the case was so infamous that it created... No, they didn't create it. It was so infamous that it led to a show being created about it. A drama. Yeah. But also so many documentaries that was created about it. Plus interviews with him. The whole case... took him to another level of celebrity, but for the wrong reasons.
He did write a book and call it If I Did It.
And yeah, I mean, he didn't help himself.
No, that is not the behaviour of
an innocent man.
It could be. He seems like a very particular person. So he could have really thought, oh, people are going to find this hilarious. I don't know. No. I don't know. He also, the fact that he ended up going to prison, not for killing his wife,
but for stealing
his own memorabilia is bizarro. Yeah. He did also shoot a sort of prank style show at one point to try and make money because he had to declare bankruptcy, which is why he had to sell the memorabilia in the first place. Yeah. You know, and then in his later years, I think he started doing art and he was on TikTok.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I think, you know, in these situations, you live a life and you make the decisions that you make. Yeah. I think the thing that you don't factor in is your children and the legacy that you leave behind for them. And they lost both of their parents in that moment. So on that front, I'm like, you suck. But, you know, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
And the thing is, no one will ever know, like, what truly happened.
Maybe his son knows, because maybe it was his son the whole time.
Look, we are not throwing any more theories into it. So
it's one of those cases like John Benet Ramsey and Madeleine McCann where we'll be talking about this up until like every single person connected to it dies. Yeah. We'll still be talking about these things because they're just so like the unsolved nature of those things really bothers, like, you know, scratches a part of your brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a good football player.
Yeah.
And at one point, he was so famous, he wasn't black. So, work. I'm not black. I'm OJ. So,
as Jay-Z said, huh? Okay.
You know, that's what you could say. You could honestly, not to defend, because I just don't think there's any reason to ever kill someone, but you could also say that the way that he was put on a pedestal.
Yeah,
and the way that his brain absorbed that information made him feel like he was infallible and untouchable and could get away with whatever. And no doubt led to what happened. Yeah. And also the, like, political climate of America at the time. That the drama is great. The documentary is fantastic for really highlighting how...
Was the BBC one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Made in America.
Yes, that was so
just
good.
How, like, only America could make a situation like the OJ situation. Like, we just don't do celebrity in the same way here, but then we did have Jimmy Savile, so maybe we should put him out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but the fact that, like, when they were chasing him down in the white Bronco across
it was America, like a fault. It was a media circus. Yeah.
It's just wild. And I think, I just don't know. We'll just never find out what really happened.
No, I don't want to make a claim that's not true, but was it the first court case to be televised? I feel like, I want to say it was, but I don't think it was.
So there was either that or another really big case, because it was not Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was afterwards. That one wasn't filmed, I don't think.
I feel like
I'm just actually gonna Google it now.
Who shot Kennedy? But that feels way too early.
Yeah, there's a case. Oh, maybe you're right. First trial televised, live TV broadcast. It was in Waco, Texas. Wait, no, they're showing, no, that's OJ.
Oh, was it?
Wait, they're saying the first trial covered by that was about kidnapping.
Oh, it's the girlie where the Stockholm Syndrome comes from. Is it that girl?
No, it was... Oh, yes, the Lindbergh baby.
Oh, no.
No. But then it says, first trial televised live was in Waco, Texas.
Waco.
Wait, okay. Waco, Texas, sorry. All eyes on the sentence of F. Kennedy's accusations. No, the Menendez case.
Yeah, well, that one was the first televised one.
Yeah, wait, the first trial covered by newsreel cameras was Bruno Richard Hauptmann, the kidnapper of the Lindbergh baby.
Right.
So that baby was the first televised one. And the most famous trial in history, up there, was O.J. Simpson. So yeah, basically, it was a big-ass crime, a big-ass media circus, and it created a whole bunch of memes and sayings and songs and references to this very day. So
yeah, it's I mean, it's not great to have your legacy be. You were the person who was part of the most watched ever court case in which you're not the victim, you are the perpetrator.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Wigs.
There's some interesting wigs this week.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Just before we got on the pod, scrolling through Twitter, and I see that one of the producers of The Challengers, which is the News and Day film, at the premiere is wearing what I can only describe as a helmet.
A hard wig. And she's white.
The hardest, actually. It's like the final boss of hard wigs. And
oh my gosh.
It simultaneously seems like it's about to blow off her head, but also like it's the heaviest thing that she's ever had to carry. Like her head is tilted to one side almost to keep it up.
Yeah.
There's one point where she attempts a hair flick, the wig is not moving. It don't move.
Yeah.
And again, the way that people are able to keep a straight face to interview people who look absolutely insane, I have a lot of respect for them, because I would find myself being like, and so how did you find like producing this wig? I mean, this wig. I'm so sorry. The film.
Do you know what ends up happening? Unfortunately, my eyes would just rise up. Like,
I would be staring at the wig the whole
the whole time. It's not even the wig. I'll be staring at the parting.
Parting? What departing?
The imaginary parting of where it should actually be on your head.
It almost looked like she was wearing two wigs.
Yeah.
It looked like the wig was wearing a wig. There's a lot going on.
There was. It just looked like there was a lot of hair. Like it was like 4 packs of hair on it.
Literally. Why are you wearing so much hair? Why are you wearing so much hair? This is too much.
Oh my gosh. But I'm sorry. The one that really threw me was it Terrance Howard.
Terrance Howard as well. In an interview, can someone explain to me what it is that makes people go, I'm doing an interview, I better put on my weirdest wig. Or a wig at all. Terrance Howard has hair, sure.
He has hair.
He famously has hair.
He does.
Unless recently the hair has disappeared. Or maybe he got a hair transplant and he wanted to cover up the...
Maybe, but I mean, there's other things you could use to cover up your head. There's other things that urban...
70s style
wig.
I would say this. It's the best of the wigs.
I mean,
I actually really like the wig.
I just feel like I just don't understand as to why.
I really like the wig, and the one thing I would say about that wig is it's such a choice that it feels like, oh yeah, this was deliberate. I don't think he put that on for people will feel like this is my real hair.
Yeah,
like
okay.
It's such a statement.
I mean, I'm hoping that he has a movie coming out where that wig makes sense.
Sorry, even if you're in a movie, why have you brought a costume off set?
What if he didn't realise the wig was on his head?
No way.
You know, sometimes wigs are so light, it's so natural, it just feels like it's
never happened. That has never happened that someone's like, oh, I completely forgot that I had a whole 70s wig on, 70s bob. Well, that's so weird. I think he went, my look today is suit, shirt, and this wig. What do we think? And everyone said, work, sis. And he said, I'm about to eat. And to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, the wig actually does eat.
He does, it looks great.
Of course, that's weird, is why are you wearing this wig? And then the interviews about how he was underpaid in his role, and everybody's like, okay, cool. So we're not even gonna talk about the wig. And again, the interviewer, incredibly calm,
so professional.
Having a conversation. And I would literally be like,
okay, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room.
What's your favourite period of time? If I had to guess, I would say 70s. What's happening?
My thing is...
When he walked on set, I'd have been like...
You're gonna be kidding me.
I'm taking the piss out of my life.
I would have literally just turned to publicist again and just double checking this is right, and they're like, yeah, okay, let's move.
I would have been like, I'm gonna need like a fan or something to cover my face at times. Sorry, I've got a cold. I don't want you to get. I don't want you to get on you. That's me about to sneeze. Like it's not. I've in trying not to think about the wig, it would make me think about the wig more, which would start to make me laugh.
Enough. My question is, you're on a date.
Work. And I feel like you've actually asked me this question before.
Terrance Howard comes in with a wig. Have I asked you that?
No, you haven't asked me if it was Terrance Howard. I would go past it was Terrance Howard because he's weird.
Okay.
And he's older.
He's older. But you like older guys.
Who said that?
Anyway.
Who said that? Who said that?
No, but... No, okay, blind date. You've seen one photo of him.
Do you have the wig on in the photo, yes or
no? No wig in the
photo.
photo.
On the photo or what?
No, he had like short hair.
Okay.
Then you see him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna laugh.
He comes with a soupy swoop.
Dark
black wig.
I'm just gonna laugh. And then we said, what are you laughing at? I'll be like, I just thought of a really funny meme where Terrance Howard is wearing a wig. And then I'll see what he says. If he goes, I haven't seen that one, then I'll be like, do you know what you should look up when you get home?
I think I would have to laugh, but I would see how if he brings it up. Okay.
Now imagine he goes, do you know what? I just want to say thank you. You've been really nice today.
Yeah.
I was feeling a bit, nervous about coming on a date because I've been having treatment for cancer.
Oh, don't.
And I've had to wear this wig. I know it's a wig, but I thought I'd just choose a fun wig.
No,
yeah.
Marnie, that is out of order.
No, it's not. Because why? Some people wear wigs because they have cancer.
No, it's
and
fine.
we don't know if Terrance Howard is. What if we find out that's why he was wearing the wig?
You're right. We don't know.
Exactly.
But
you're bubbling and cackling.
Fam, you said you'd been off for yourself.
I never said that.
Fam, you said you wouldn't be able to finish the sentence. You'd be saying I'm about to sneeze.
I said it in the interview. On the day, I was not mumbling and cackling. You was mumbling and cackling.
No, I wasn't. I was actually going to just see how his reaction was going to be and what he was going to say first. And if he doesn't actually reference it...
If he doesn't take it off. Take that thing off.
If he doesn't reference it, I'll be like, I'm going to the toilet.
Wow. You're going to leave the cancer patient by himself at the date.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow, Shoshana.
No.
I'm not very Christian of you, is that?
No, that's wrong. Basically, there's two things. I'm going to either wait for him to
What if he's got alopecia? You don't know why someone would decide to wear a wig.
You don't know. But it's like, you wouldn't expect a guy to ask a girl why she's wearing a wig, especially the black girlies out there where there's like full frontal, got to be gels down, bust down wigs. Like, you wouldn't expect a black guy to
exactly. So why are you asking me?
So you wouldn't expect a guy to ask that. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I can't ask it, but I just basically, you know what I'll say is, you look different from your photos, and leave that as a gateway for him to explain what's the situation. I'm out of here. How do I look
why,
different?
Why? Because you're the catfish?
No.
You're leaving because you're the catfish?
I'm not wearing a super sweet wig. I'm not wearing a super...
Is that your real hair?
Yes.
Is that your real hair?
Half of it is.
Is that your real hair?
Braids.
Is that your real hair?
I can take this off right now.
Yeah, so can I.
Go on, take it off.
So can I. You start.
Okay. Let's just get my braids out.
Look what you guys are doing in the restaurant.
Fam, we are arguing. I'm just saying...
What you guys are doing at the restaurant.
No, but legit, like, why would... Okay, if I say to him, oh, the photo I saw of you, you had short hair.
And the photo I saw of you had natural hair, so now what?
If you give me that attitude, I'm going to the loo, and that's what I'm saying, I'm going to the loo.
Why are you asking me that question? Why are you asking me that stupid question
so,
for?
Basically,
what are you expecting me to wear the exact outfit I wore in the pictures?
Wait, hold up. This is how we're going to be in the relationship, where I asked you a simple question, like, how's you and you asked me this. It's showing me your true colours. You are a wolf in wig clothing. I'm out of it.
Yeah, you walk out of here.
Yeah, you
shallow. Miss Shallow.
No, what?
Miss Shallow. Put on the top of your dating profile, servant of the Lord.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're a servant of shallowness.
What was that wig? You're going to watch my ass as I'm leaving. What's that?
Your wig is sliding back. Yeah.
That was it. That was the line from Love is Blind.
Maybe it's time to redo your braids. How about that? Yeah. Since you wanna be doing our wolf and shit.
You wanna be sassy. You wanna be sassy. You wanna be sassy.
Yeah.
With your 70s wig. Don't let me have to come and pick that wig off from your head.
Like, do you think somebody who's not sassy would wear a wig like this? You should have been
I'd be so stupid. So stupid wear a wig like that.
We started doing this.
No. Excuse me, ask you one question.
You should have been prepared. Don't ever come at me like that.
Girl, I don't think I'm your girl for you. Okay, girl, I think you need to be going somewhere else.
You're not enough for me.
You're definitely.
I'm
definitely not the woman for you. I'm definitely not the woman for you.
You're a child.
You need to go and find that girl.
Time you to go back to school.
Tell me you need to go to the hairdressers. Fam, go to Peckham. Go back to Peckham. They'll get you a good
Your mom is waiting outside.
Fam, if I ever wasn't... Fam, can you imagine in the middle of the restaurant when you go to town like that? Can you imagine?
Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
So entertaining.
If someone speaks
they would ask you to leave that.
Yeah, they would, yeah. But perfectly honest, before I do, that wig's coming off. No doubt about it. The way he's running his mouth, as I'm walking up, I will dash it and chuck it.
Slash your wig, guess what? I got a smaller wig underneath, bitch.
Fantastic.
I was ready. It's not the first time it's happened to me.
Oh, God.
I got 3 wigs underneath this wig ready to go. All these women out here, be careful. Every single one of them, aggressive, black. Snatching wigs.
But wait.
That's why you have a man.
Wait, there's so many questions.
Humble yourself.
Wait, there are so many questions. If the guy... what would your reaction be to all the multiple choice question? If it was A, black, B, white, C... in between.
Honestly, I feel like my reaction would be the exact same for all of them. Why aren't you wearing a wig? I need to know. I used to watch this sketch group on YouTube, and one of them did have alopecia, and he wore a wig.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and you could tell. I mean, I could tell. I don't know if everyone could tell. Like, the wig had obviously been chosen to deliberately look like what his natural hair colour was.
Yeah.
But then there was a period of time where he would I guess, decided to embrace his alopecia and not wear the wig. So we then knew that it was a wig.
Yeah.
And I was like, it is entirely a personal choice.
100%.
And there was someone when I was at school as well, when I was in sixth form, who had alopecia as well, and she wore. I think she would always wear a hat, and then one time she came in and she had this wig on, and obviously everyone's staring at the wig. So then she went back to wearing the hat. Yeah. And it's like, okay, the thing is, I feel uncomfortable being outside without any hair whatsoever. But now I feel uncomfortable wearing the wig because everybody's eyes are drawn to it. And this was before everybody started wearing wigs. Yeah. So it was very much a hard front synthetic wig. Yeah. But if you're going to be stared at, regardless, I might as well just put my hat, because when I'm in my hat, I'm invisible.
No one knows.
Nobody knows. I can just have a little crop
it's true.
thing underneath it. So I think, like what we were saying, which is like women wear wigs all the time who don't need to wear wigs, right? And nobody would ever ask them why they're wearing a wig.
100%.
But the fact that, because it would be so weird to see a man wearing a wig, you'd be like, why are you wearing it? When it's likely that person's probably wearing it for a reason, not just because they're like, aesthetically, I love wigs.
Terrance Howard?
Again, we don't know.
Right, we don't know.
We don't know.
I definitely agree with you that, everyone has their own reasons for wearing wigs. Even the girlies that don't, quote unquote, need to wear wigs. I think in that scenario we're talking about, before the argument,
he ate you up.
He would, because I would be so stunned. But I think I'll be more frustrated by the attitude. I'm like, girl, you need to. You need to go and figure out where you're trying to.
I'm going to be defensive.
Yeah,
because I'm tired of people down, because I'm tired of people having an attitude about the wig. Why are you worried? And the first thing out of your mouth was, you don't look like your pictures.
But from you don't.
You didn't ask me about the wig, you didn't. You said you don't look like your pictures. Neither do you.
Fam, I look closer to my pictures than you do.
You dress better in the photo.
Fam, you wish that you could dress like me, even on my worst days.
I don't.
Yes, you could.
I mean, I don't.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would, boo.
I would never put these two things together. I would never.
But this is the thing. The fact that he's coming for my clothes, coming for my life, you're not the man for me.
No, he's not the man.
Because if a man was secure, he wouldn't need to come on with a 70s bust down wig. He'll come.
So you're saying come to the restaurant bald headed?
Yeah, come as you are.
But I don't want to.
Then you're not.
Why don't you come with your normal natural hair?
Because I can. Yes, I will.
Let's do it right now.
Watch me.
I can't wait.
Watch me as I get my comb out and undo my braids.
Because people are so quick to be like, come as you are, but you're wearing makeup, you're wearing an outfit that you chose deliberately. You're not wearing your Sunday muck around clothes. So why can't I wear a wig?
I came to look good. I don't know what you came to look
I came to wear my wig and I like my wig, so what should be?
Good that you like it, but I don't think
I'm glad. Listen, you can leave.
No, but I asked you to leave already.
You can leave.
Can your wig walk with you as well?
You can leave.
Can your wig leave with you as well?
You can leave. This wig is worth more than your entire salary.
But why does it not look like that?
You can leave.
Why does it not look like that?
Touch is 100% human, mama.
No, fam.
You can never.
I don't think I need to touch it. I don't need to touch a horse's
Have you
tail.
ever even been able to swoop? I don't think
I don't need to because I already swooped myself.
You could be curling. You can brush it for 3 years. You couldn't get the swoop.
Fam, I don't think
your hair's not built like that.
I don't need to. Girl, your face not built like that. Your face don't need a swoop.
Your hair's not built like that.
Your face needs a better attitude. Your face doesn't need a swoop. I can't imagine having to argue with a man like this. We just keep on going back and forth. What is going on? But I don't think I can imagine going back and forth with a man like that. And expect where are we going? There's no date. This keeps on reminding me of Diamond and what's his face from Love Is Blind.
It is very
I'm really sorry. It couldn't be me. I think, perfectly honest.
And don't worry, it won't be.
It won't be.
And don't worry, it won't be.
You're right. It wasn't. Before, you know what? I would save myself the whole time. If I saw that wig already, sat down and you don't address it, I'm out.
Damn. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, girl.
Fam, I'm gonna go buy a guy. No, do you know what? But people have things. I
might not want to tell you all my business the first time I meet you.
It's true, but
so I'm saying I'm gonna walk in here and be like, yes, I was diagnosed. It's got nothing to do with you.
No, you're right. Okay, you're right. I
don't even know if we vibe yet to be telling you my business like that.
I'm just sorry. The wig is just a big choice. It's a strong choice. I'm in my head. I'm
a cool kind of guy who likes to make strong choices.
Wow. Don't make me as the superficial one. Yeah. I'm so. Because if I came with...
Because if I went on a date with a man wearing a wig, I'd be respectful of him and allow him to, in his own time, say what he needs to say.
You said you'll be hiding your mouth.
I said that at the interview. I never said that at the date, honey.
But a date and an interview is pretty much the same.
No, it's not.
Yes, it can. Yeah, pretty much.
No, interviewing a celebrity is not the same as meeting a normal person on a date. That's not the same.
Okay, forget the celebrity aspect, but an interview and date.
I'm not laughing at someone I'm on a date with. That would be rude. I'm not you.
We've laughed at
movie. We've laughed at what? Sorry?
We've laughed at less people on dates, okay?
I would never do that.
We've laughed at smaller things than dates. Look, I would respect anyone's choice if they came in the Terrance Howard wig. I would be staring at a lot, and it's not because I find it embarrassing, but it's because my eyes would just gravitate towards it, and then I would just wait and see.
Good response. Let's go with that.
Yeah, let's just leave it like that.
Let's go with
I don't think there'll be a kissing at the end of the night, but let's just leave it like that.
Wow. Wow.
Your personality will have to be so incredible.
Don't worry about my personality, sweetheart. Don't worry about my personality, sweetheart.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be getting what you get.
Yeah, but I don't need to give you anything else. Thank you.
That's fine. I don't want nothing else.
Then why are you here? I can find plenty of men.
Bam!
You started with me. You started with me.
Modern
coming
women.
to look at my face, telling me, no.
Husbandless because you don't know how to humble yourself.
Wow, go to that Red Pill podcast. You're on the Raw podcast, babe. You're on the Red Pill podcast. I'm taking the
time out of my day to speak to you, and it's just aggro.
Take your time.
It's just aggro.
Save your time, save your money, and go somewhere else.
Were you not home trained?
Why is your wig not respecting you? And this is where the argument of the wig will begin.
But you keep coming for the wig, that's all you got.
I don't need to come for the wig.
You keep coming for the wig, that's all you got.
No, I
can judge you on your character. Poor. I can judge you on your Primark shoes. Poor.
I'm sorry.
I can judge you on those wigs or braids. Poor.
Even
you sat there slack jaw if somebody
I would be shocked. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll be like, even with everything I'm wearing, I'm still more expensive than whatever horse shit you have on top of your heads.
Impossible.
Please.
Impossible.
Please.
It's impossible.
I went to Ascot last week and I saw plenty of you walking around.
No, you're laughing at your own read.
That's how funny I am.
To whom?
Fam, I don't need to read. I read the Bible.
Barely.
I got the Lord on my side with this one.
Yeah, and where's the bit that says, "Yet he who is without sin," and the first sin is that bread you got on your head.
So wait, hold up. So you're now casting the person at me. You're not looking. You ain't clean the dirt out of your own eye before you're not looking at mine. You didn't look at the point. Your crooked point of your hard wig.
Without sin, and you have sinned multiple times today. You still even walked in here,
fam.
Because for you to really,
your wig must be so
put
tight.
this whole outfit together, and to be sitting here, and then we talk about my wig. Say my hair looks scraggly.
Fam,
I'm not the one.
No,
honey, I'm not the one.
No, I've never been the one. I've never been the one.
And you never will be the one, sissy.
I've never been the one for you. I've never been the one for you.
And you'll never be the one.
You are your wig.
Main character, you're not.
I am the main character.
My wig is the main character, first of all.
You're supporting and your wig is tertiary. You need to dash out. Take your wig. You are your wig.
My wig is the moment. You can't even breathe that thing about my wig. My wig's got, chokehold, sis. Yeah.
The fact that you think that your wig is killing you.
It is killing you. My wig is killing you.
It's not killing me. Yeah. I'm alive and well,
yeah.
I'm alive and well.
You're going to be talking about this for years.
No.
You're going to be dying on this story for years.
No.
Because guess what? I just made you relevant.
Can you take your RuPaul dead ass?
I've made you relevant. I've made you relevant.
I wouldn't be relevant.
All the years of watching Love and Hip Hop has actually prepared me for this moment.
Yeah,
but
why am I gashing this straight? I didn't do anything. All I said was I sat down and was like, "What do you want to have for dinner?" And you're already asking me.
You came for me. You came for me in my wig. You came for me in my wig.
Fam,
you came from me in my wig.
You are so bothered, and no one's touched your wig.
But you're shaking.
I'm not shaking. I'm
you're
fine.
shaking.
I'm calm, fam.
But you're shaking.
I'm calm. I'm chilling. The only person that looks stressed is the strays on top of that wig.
See, and you keep coming for the wig. You're telling me that you didn't say nothing about the wig.
Fam, I don't need to say anything about the wig.
Get an education. Learn something.
I don't know I don't know what manners you have been taught in your life. Probably not. Because if you had manners, you would not come. First, you would not come for me. First, you would not come with that wig. And first, you would not have even sat down here and tried to disrespect me when you are gracing my presence.
I defended myself.
But I wasn't.
I
wasn't hating on you.
Chief hater.
You're hating on yourself.
Number one hater.
But you can see the insecurity come through.
You are the president of hateration.
No, I'm not.
And I'm just a servant of the Lord.
My God. What level of delulu are you thinking from? I'm sorry, the wig is holding your head so tight for you to be that delulu.
And you can't stop thinking about her.
I don't. Who's her?
The wig.
Nay.
Her.
Nay.
Her.
Nay.
Her. Her.
I think.
I think you're going to get married.
I know.
Because you still have not left this restaurant. You are obsessed with this man.
No, but no, I was
obsessed with this man.
No, but by the time he was talking, I can't kick you out of my house. But if it was a real thing, I would have been out.
You got sat in the restaurant.
I would be out.
Because you want the last word.
That is also true.
Exactly.
What
I'm going to hear on the phone call after this date is, you two are walking down the aisle, still fighting each other. Recap the next stage, fighting. First child is on the way, fighting. Second child is on the way, fighting.
If in all reality, I will be so flabbergasted, I would probably have left. In just like shocked out of silence, being like, you know what, I'll be the bigger person because.
Yeah, and you are the bigger person.
Yeah, I am.
The biggest.
Yeah.
Big with a capital B.
Yeah, I eat. I eat because my body is bodying. Yeah. What's yours saying?
It's saying juicy. I don't know what he looks like.
In my head, he's like. So, anyways, I think. For me, I'll be honest. At the end of before I leave, I'm like, I'm not your girl. I think you need to find somewhere else.
And I will. Don't you worry about that.
So you know what?
Have you seen that meme of what's his name, Lil Yachty, when he permed his hair, no. And then he got bangs. That's what I imagine this guy looks like.
I imagine Terrance Howard's wig, but then a bit longer. You know, like the Farrah Fawcett type of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit, that's what I'm saying. Little Yachty.
Bangs.
It's not coming up. Bangs.
That's what this guy. In my imagination,
that's not him.
That is him. That is what I'm imagining. That's who you're arguing with, but with the wig.
I don't know what to do. I don't think, but you know what, Marnie, I feel honest.
His hair doesn't look like this all the time, though.
The hair looks really nice.
Healthy.
The silk brackets, the silk. Yeah,
his hair
it
doesn't
looks
actually
great.
like that, would
But
it?
if I be perfectly frank, we wouldn't even be having this argument because before I would have done.
Yeah, you would have.
I would have done 360.
You actually wouldn't have swiped on him because he's black.
I'm not even dignifying most of this with a response.
I
wouldn't have even continued with the date because I would have walked in and did a 360.
Yeah, you would have gone
walked
black.
Out. The same way I do when I go into Zara.
When you go into any space where there are too many black men.
All right, we're gonna move on because, like, for goodness' sake, this girl's trying to drag me for three times, and it may not even all three reads may
She
end
hasn't
up in.
denied it.
I don't need to deny it because what's the point?
She hasn't denied it.
Why would I have an argument with a horse and her wig?
Oh, so she's a her again, and now you're misgendering me. So this is what you're doing now. You're committing hate crimes. You called yourself.
No, you cannot pause me. I am not a cassette player. I'm not a cassette player. You called yourself girl. You called yourself girl. So I am calling you by your gender.
Ma'am,
you said you give me that respect. You give me that respect. Yeah, you give me that respect. Auntie. Yeah, I am.
Because now
I'm older than you. I'm more mature than you.
And that's a hate crime.
Yeah.
And now it's a hate crime. I didn't say anything about the fact that your entire process is a hate crime. I kept that to myself. But you're now committing hate crimes against me and everybody in this restaurant.
You called yourself
a girl. You called yourself
a girl, and I was like, well,
I called the wig a girl. I called her a her.
And I called her her as well.
No, you was talking about me.
Maybe you can listen to Boo.
You was talking about me.
You should listen, Boo.
I can't wait to cancel you. I can't wait to cancel you.
Do you know what? I can never have an argument with someone like this. They're so delulu. And what's the worst is I would never have an argument with this, but I would not put myself in a position.
This
person, so I wouldn't put myself in this position. I'm not even gendering you, so what's this? I'm not even gendering you, so girl calm, girl sit, girl shush.
Don't misgender me.
I called you like this.
Don't misgender me.
You're even glad I called you this.
Don't misgender me.
Then just calling you what you
Don't
are.
misgender me.
Trash.
You old.
I thought we were the same age.
You old.
I saw your age on the profile. You're the same age, boo.
You old.
You're right. I'm old.
You're hard 30.
Yeah, it's fine.
A hard 30.
I'm a hard 30.
Whereas
how come your wig
sweet little baby?
How come your wig is looking hard as well?
Because hard wig, soft life. Unlike you,
girl,
hard wig, hard hands. Yeah. You've been working in the coal mines.
Fam, how can you be saying soft life when
you've been working in the coal mines, honey?
You're so stressed.
You've been working in the coal mines.
You're more stressed.
Those are the hands of a miner.
You're working your fingers and
not a woman who deserves a
and
soft life at all. Because you wouldn't know what to do with the luxury.
No, I don't need to.
You'd be pooping in the bidet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
You wouldn't know where to go.
Whatever you say, boo. Fam, I'll be getting a soft life from my husband. Not you, boo.
What husband?
Bye.
What husband? You're on a date because you have a husband. You're single and alone.
So what about you? Why are you here?
I'm here for entertainment. I got girls. I got girls. I'm scrolling through. I got girls.
They look like imaginary numbers to me.
I got girls.
You know what? Take your Nokia phone and dash, please.
I will be taking my Nokia phone.
Yeah.
And when your Apple phone bursts into flames, you'll be enjoying.
Yeah, sounds good. I've just learned how to deal with people like that.
Huh?
Just agree with them. They'll shut up after a while.
Who will? Who will?
Peace be unto you. Peace. And I would have walked out. I actually wouldn't have walked out by then. I would have gone already.
You never left. Because every time...
I can't leave because you're in my home.
No. Do you know why you can't? No, but you actually can't leave. Because every time he has a reader, you want to come back. That's why I said to you, you're not leaving the place because you want to come back.
I do. But the thing is, as someone who is
I don't know why you created such a horrible
as someone who's
scenario
older and
to go on a date with
mature.
someone. See, and you're still trying to... Because I won't stop.
I will always be the bigger person. Therefore, and yes, the bigger person, physically...
Older.
More mature.
Old.
Spiritually, physically.
Old is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I'm old.
And you look it.
No. Girl. You need to go look in the mirror before you start. Before you start.
This is exactly what I mean. You're still going on with this person. You're not leaving the restaurant. They're calling the police. That's what's gonna happen.
No,
you two are not leaving this restaurant. You're not leaving this restaurant. The two of you are gonna get arrested, and then in the back of the van, proposal.
The thing is, I can't stop because you're in my home. If this was the case, we would never have got to this position where you're in my house. For you to read
Even
me.
if it was in the restaurant.
No.
Because you want to have, as I said, you want to have the last word. And this person
I actually don't want the last word.
He doesn't care. He will follow you to the end of the world. He will not stop.
Yeah, then I'll have to leave. But then I would have left by then.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Ashley.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Bowing. Bye, Ashley. Bowing.
What this reminds me of, there was this girl, this is a bit of pop culture news, there was this girl called, I think her name's Tamello on TikTok, basically, she was on TikTok saying that some guy, she had a specific name, I think his name was, what's his name? It was something like Elijah from Lewisham, ate my ass. Right, she told this as a story time, whatever, on TikTok. Everybody was looking for this guy, being like, "Oh, I can't believe he ate her ass," blah blah blah, all of this stuff. Yeah. Then she came back on Twitter and she was like dragging some other girl who was talking about her. She was like, Ashley from Catford, your days are numbered. Don't think I don't know that you was doing whatever out of them. These TikToks built up. This grown-up woman in her 30s. Runs one of those, like, basically the equivalent of what Z's emails is, like an interview. Oh, okay. Online interview thing.
Oh, I think I've heard about this.
She interviews this girl, and she's like, "You're saying that you're a prostitute?" She's like, "Yeah." The girl there having this interview. The girl is like, the woman obviously has a tone in the way that she's interviewing this girl, but this girl's like internet. Like trained down, like she's not gonna let this old lady have the last word. Now I'm doing it. Let this woman have the last word. And so the interview very quickly becomes that girl dragging this woman. And at one point, she says something like, she's like, "Oh, I like her dress. It's giving old maiden." And the woman is like, I need to go. I need a second. And she has to go outside. This girl when I tell you she was dragging her, she was like, "Oh," because the girl was like, "I know what you're doing." And she's like, "What am I doing?" She's like, "You're judging me and you're trying to make me look stupid, but it's not gonna work." And she's like, "Why would I want to make you look stupid?" She's like, "Because I'm young and you're old as hell." And she's like, "I'm not old, sweetheart." She's like, "How old are you?" "Yeah, you're old enough. Is this what you should be wasting your time with? Women your age, is this what you're doing?" And then at one point, she was like, "But you're a prostitute." And she was just like, "Yeah, what was you doing when you was my age? Getting fucked behind the bins for free." When I tell you, I hate to say it is so entertaining.
Oh my god, I have seen that interview because
it's so entertaining.
I saw everyone stitching going, not everyone's an interviewer.
No.
That was how it was. Yeah,
it was so sad, but that girl ate the interviewer up.
Jesus,
ate her up. "Oh, your shoes undone." Like wouldn't let her. And then towards the end, she was like, trying to wrap up the show. She was like, "No, I'll say when the show's done."
Oh my god, why did you? That's exactly what you were doing to me. As if we were on the same show.
You have to rise above it. Why are you interacting with someone who is clearly a demon? like they're a normal person. That girl was not going to stop. No. If I was that woman, I would never have done the interview in the first place because there's not enough information to warrant an entire interview. So this girl said some guy ate her ass and some other girl's a prostitute, and you brought her on here for what?
How?
You are literally making her bigger than she needs to be. And now I'm on her side because you thought you was going to bring her on here to clown her, and instead she's clowned you. Yeah. The thing is, you create a situation, you might be the victim of it.
Yeah, that's true.
So as much as I do agree that some of the reads were, she was like, "Your mum was a prostitute," which
oh my god.
But sorry, I do think that because she was like, "Let's not do that. We're not gonna bring mums into it." It's like, but you're you understand, once you engage in a situation like this, and you're not my friend, all bets are off. I don't know you, so I don't care about you or your mum. Sorry. But I'm now a fan of that girl. Problematic, I know, but I am. I have a lot of respect for her. She was quick. I like people who are quick.
That is, I'll be honest, it's a skill to be able to read people. It really is a skill.
It is.
I don't have that skill.
And I also think those people, honestly...
I'll be honest with myself, I don't have that skill.
Yeah, but I don't think you're that kind of person. I think in order to be a person who can read someone, you actually have to be heartless. You have to be like, there is no good traits about that person. Everything is up for grabs.
Yeah, which I just think it's not me. I'm so kind-hearted. But I will drag you.
They tried it though. So, not too much on the kind-hearted. You did try it.
But one thing about me, I will be relentless.
Personally, like, I would never argue with a man because it's beneath me. If a man tried to read me, I would be like, LOL, and then I would leave.
Yeah. Really
dignified, but then I'll come back with a bucket of water and I'll dash it over him in the wig.
I think I would, again, the physical aspect would have come out. If I had left with the maturity before I did, I would slip that wig off.
That whole table and his wig would be getting rocked.
Yeah, something's gonna happen for that wig to come off, unless that's got to be. That wig would be shifting.
But I would but I do think through therapy and growing up, I would say, Marnie, get up and remove yourself from this situation because. If you stay here, and that's one thing I will say about that interviewer, is that she felt like she knew herself well enough to know, if I stay here any longer, I'm going to get into it with this girl. And right now, maybe I don't look that bad because I'm not engaging in it, but she did. But so when she stepped out, I really felt like it's like, I would have to go. Yeah. Because it's given the way that you're, I don't know if the way that my younger sister would go at me, and so like I want to fight you, but
I can't.
But I can't.
Yeah.
We're on TV on my own show.
Yeah.
So I invite you on my show and I'm getting dragged. I'm not getting dragged on my own show. You gotta go. And also, never post this episode.
No. How did they get posted?
They posted it.
Bruh.
I think they thought people watching be like, that girl. And the one was like rooting
for her. Yeah. Oh god.
It's problematic.
Yeah. I don't know how we got into this subject. Wigs.
You got dragged in it.
We're talking about hard wigs.
Maybe we'll bring him back on the podcast at a later date.
How? So come and drag me? It doesn't make any sense.
No, maybe he has strong opinions about wigs in future.
Yeah, we can do that then. But please, as for my life, there's a reason why I don't do wigs.
His name was Kordelle. Excuse me?
No comments.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why are you why are you starting this?
His name is Kordelle.
You're supposed to be mature.
Valentine.
Alright,
who said Kordelle?
There's no love here. There's no love there.
Not between us, anyway.
No.
Don't you worry about that, sister.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not worried.
I'm gonna make a whole Kordelle Valentine outfit. And he's gonna do a whole podcast. I really feel like I've channeled a character here. An alter ego. Call me Kordelle Valentine.
I'm so finished. I'm actually finished. Oh my gosh.
You just what?
I just have nothing else to say.
I don't think so.
Why are you still trying this?
Zip it.
Who do you think you are? This is what this is. No, if we're not in school, because if we're going to go to school, I will educate you. I will educate you because you need some education. You need some education. You what do you talk about me? I'm happy to take you to school to educate you on the education that you lost.
Stop the wagging.
No, I don't need to.
My ears hurt. Enough.
Clean your ears then.
My ears hurt. Your voice is grating.
Use your wig to cover your ears.
Have you ever been to voice classes? Because you need them.
Use your wig.
Is English your first language?
Shade is mine. Shade is mine.
Is English your first language? Because it doesn't sound like it.
What did you just say?
Is English your first language? Because it doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it.
No, I don't need to.
I'm gonna keep Kordelle rising around because you keep rising to the bait.
I'm not rising to it, fam.
I'm bringing him on the hike. He's coming on the hike.
You may be by yourself on that hike, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listeners, what you don't
I
know
was
is
taught.
Shoshana is hot. She wants to
I
fight.
was taught
She wants to fight
not
this
to
fictional
debase
character.
myself.
She wants to fight this fictional character so bad.
When they go low, I'm ready to move my glow.
Oh, you was on the ground.
But I was gonna take
You was on the ground.
I'm not gonna drag
Where
you
you
to the
came
ground.
from, the gutter. And it smells like it.
I'm just sneaking my shot.
She should.
I will. I'm happy, man. Are you?
Very.
I can't tell, but let's move on to the review of the week.
Let's do it. Quickly.
Basically, someone wants the last word. Have your last word.
Thank you. I will.
Fantastic. Let's move on. Can you leave cordial in the previous segment so we can move on?
Let me speak to him.
Go and have a chat.
You gotta go.
Bitch.
Excuse me. And now I'm not going anywhere now. You see what the problem with your friend is? Yeah, I'm staying here until she can learn some manners. Who she calling a bitch? Who she calling a bitch?
I was like, that was a term of endearment.
For whom?
Your wig.
See?
I was just
now look what you did. Now look what you did, Shoshana.
Really?
Look what you did, Shoshana.
Mama Shoshana would not be
Don't
happy.
be calling me a
Mama
bitch.
Mama Shoshana.
Don't be calling
I
me a
was
bitch.
calling your fictional character hair one.
You were calling the hair. Or you were calling Cordial. Because Cordial doesn't like it when people talk to him like that. And that's why he's getting all rowdy now.
Cordial been opening his dirty mouth and talking mad to me for the past hour. And I can't say anything. Please, girl, sit.
You're the one who said, let's get him out of here. Why are you still trying to fight him?
I told you.
I was literally getting him out of his pause.
You have to pause.
I'm trying to get him out of the
I'm not a cassette player, yeah. I'm not a
bitch.
cassette player.
And now he
I will
wants to
continue to
fight.
play.
And now he
I will
wants to
continue to
fight.
play.
In fact, Cordial, get her. Get her.
Fam.
Get her, Cordial, because she needs
You actually forgot where I'm from.
Get her together.
You forgot where I'm from.
Get her together.
Cordial, you're from some calm little Midlands town.
You don't know where I'm from.
I'm from Pecknam,
You've
yeah.
never even
Don't
met me
know,
before.
yeah. Don't
Where
know
do you know me from? Where do you know me from?
The bush.
Yeah, where you was.
Yeah.
Where you
But
was.
I'm from the hood.
Scrambling around
I'm from the
looking
hood.
for food.
I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood.
Hungry.
Don't let me drag you. Don't let me drag you.
Bush baby.
Don't let me
Bush baby. Shoshana, please. Stop
No,
going
you
back
need
and
to
forth
take.
with
You
him.
need to take a break
Stop
because
going back and forth
you
with
have
him.
forgotten. You have forgotten who you're talking to. Okay,
Stop going
my
back
middle
and
name
forth
is
with Cordial.
Relentless. My middle name is Relentless, and I
This
will
whole
not stop.
podcast is gonna have to be put in a bin.
Pretty
Because the way
much
you are
because
behaving.
you're cordial friend. Your cordial
way
friend they ain't cordial
you
at all.
invented him.
No,
You
did.
You created the situation.
No,
I
you
wasn't
heard
any
it.
of this.
No, basically,
you said, "What would you do? What would you do?"
Oh,
I
yeah.
know in the situation.
Fam, you're in the imagination. You didn't have to drag me. I was telling you.
I didn't.
Well,
It was cordial.
fam, this ain't Sasha Fierce, yeah. This ain't Sasha Fierce.
It wasn't me.
No,
it was cordial.
no, don't sound using Shaggy. It wasn't me.
It wasn't
You
me.
brought this fictional character
It
to
was
this
cordial.
pod, and you need to send
Anyone listening to this podcast
It needs
knows
to be
that
A and B
cordial
conversation,
came
and you need
in
to
here.
see
Cordial
cordial
came
out.
in because you invited him in. You did that.
Can we say goodbye to him now?
Are you gonna call him a bitch again? Because I can't control that. If he starts to fight again, that's not me.
I was given that as a term of endearment as he was leaving.
And he doesn't like that.
As a farewell
And he doesn't like
endearment.
that.
Well, I'm so sorry. I can't help him.
Okay, so then he's staying. Do you want him to go or do you want him to stay?
Bam, we need to be gentlemen. And we need to go to our show about the gentlemen.
So can you respectfully...
Fam, your friend did not
Can you
respect me.
respect-
Your friend, now how am I supposed to give this person respect when he has not even given me the quality of respect? When I go, bro, I introduced him to this scenario in the polite way of what will we do if his wig and him
But
walks
you've
to the
offended
room.
him now because
How?
you called him
I
out
didn't
of his
do. I
name.
didn't do anything.
So can you just respectfully...
I didn't. He's been calling me out my name for the past hour, and I've
He
been
didn't
just
call you a
speaking
bitch
like-
though.
He
He
was
didn't call
supposed
you
to.
a cuss word at all.
He dragged me.
You called him gay. You called him a woman, and then you called him a bitch.
He called
You,
himself
Shoshana,
girl.
have really sunk lower than I expected from you. I'm really shocked by this behaviour.
Is this Marnie or is this Cordial?
This is Marnie. Cordial's, he's ready to fight.
Cordial needs to go.
Marnie is saying
Cordial needs to go.
He's not going because
No.
you called him a bitch.
You-
I'm saying you need to come.
You dragged my appearance, you dragged my
I
hair,
didn't.
you dragged my look,
Cordial
and you dragged
did.
myself. This is like 5
But
things,
you
fam.
called him a bitch.
Because he is.
And you called him gay. And you called him a woman.
He
So
called
I'm
himself
saying-
girl. He called himself girl. So
I'm saying-
I'm like responding to the.
You didn't have to say the bitch. You know you didn't have to say the bitch.
You know what that is?
You know
It
you
was a
didn't have to
female
say the
dog,
bitch.
and he was acting like a dog the whole time, and he
You
was
know you
acting
didn't
like
have
a
to say
girl
the
because he called
bitch.
himself a
But
girl.
you know you didn't have to say the bitch. You know you didn't. You know you didn't. You were sitting here saying, I'm not going to engage with you anymore. I was speaking to him, and you jumped in the conversation, and you called him a bitch.
You know that we didn't have to go into this serious conversation.
What serious conversation?
All. No, we didn't have to go into any of the reading or the shading at all when I brought him into this scenario. I just said, in this scenario, that you were on a date and this guy walked in with a swoop 70s bang like Terrance Howard.
And Kordelle turned up.
Yes, but
so why are you...
But I didn't expect him to be rude. Terrance Howard was not being rude when he was talking about him being underpaid.
That was not a date.
Either way.
That wasn't a date. And that woman didn't say, why are you wearing that wig?
All right. I would like an apology for the comments that Kordelle made to me. And then I will make an apology for him for calling him a bitch.
Right, let me speak to him. And can you not jump in? Because I'm really, really shocked by your behaviour tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry, this guy's got me heated because he has continued on, tried to drag me throughout this whole thing. When
you know,
based on his face and his looks and his wig, I should be dragging him.
And see, you're still doing it.
Because
you're not gonna get the apology because you're still trying to fight him.
That's the biggest learning. That's the biggest learning. That's the biggest learning. Don't try me or you will fail.
I'm just gonna say.
Don't try. Not like if you first you don't succeed, you should not be trying.
I'm gonna say because I'm tired of both of you at the moment. Like
you started this, Marnie.
Both of you are embarrassing.
I am now talking to Marnie, not to Kordelle.
Both of you are embarrassing yourselves. Both of you are embarrassing.
No, your friend and your wig embarrassed himself.
And it's disrespectful the way that both of you conducted yourself is disrespectful, but particularly to me as a friend in the middle. Like neither of you have respected me. I've had to sit here and listen to the two of you going back and forth. It was not nice for me.
Are you being for real?
I did not enjoy that. So I'm just gonna say
all of the Kordelle stuff was from the dreams, imaginations, and things of Marnie. So how dare you come and tell me that it was not?
I did not enjoy that, and I really just would expect better from you as a woman of your age. And
also, talking to Kordelle?
I'm talking to you. Obviously, I said woman of an age. So don't you start again.
I'm not saying.
And I would say to Kordelle, like, that's not a nice way to introduce yourself to my friend. So both of you, I want an apology, to be honest, because I didn't deserve any of this.
Be for real. Okay, look, I'm going to be a gentlewoman, because that's what I am. I am sorry that I made that comment at the end. That was not intentional, and that's not a reflection of my character, and that was not intended.
And I'm sorry that you were a bitch.
See, this is the reason why.
I'm joking.
This is the reason why.
Kordelle, no, he's joking. He didn't mean that. Kordelle, he didn't mean that.
This is the second time we've got sport on this podcast. Physical fisticuff. Physical.
Why are you fighting me? It's not me.
See, this is what I mean. Okay, you know what I've learned.
Because I was joking.
In my life, I've had to work. I've had to be around emotionally immature people. And what I've learned is that you always have to be the bigger person and you have to keep quiet. And it is painful, but you save yourself so much time and, aggro.
I mean, you have actually missed several chances today to be a bigger person. But I appreciate the apology.
But you know what? I was getting dragged.
I appreciate your apology. And Kordelle, I think you should also say an apology to Shoshana because she has apologised for calling you a bitch.
Go on then. Go on.
While I do think that Marnie shouldn't have put me in a situation to meet her friend who is clearly an unpleasant person.
Okay.
I apologise to Marnie for putting her in a situation where she had to be privy to what I would consider ugly behaviour.
Okay.
And so I apologise for my part in the ugly behaviour.
Okay.
But some other people were also behaving in an ugly way. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Sounds good. Let's move on. So, we're going to move on from a not so gentleman to the gentleman.
Okay, so here we go.
Boo, that's how I do it. I learned from the school of Real Houses of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, every single place in Atlanta. That's how I learned, okay? The gentleman. So, what happened? Kordelle got your cough? Kordelle got your tongue?
You're behaving in a very unhinged way.
And I haven't done any alcohol today. Do you want to start?
You started!
Okay, cool. The Gentleman on Netflix launched a few months ago now. Launched in February. Or was it in March?
It was in March.
Was it March? Crap. Yeah, so it wasn't March, wasn't it? So it stars Theo James, Daniel Ings. It's from the brains, imaginations, and
it's literally based on IP.
An IP from Guy Ritchie, a film that was starred at that time Matthew McConaughey.
There we go.
Can you imagine if Matthew Mahogany was the black version?
as well. Matthew Mahogany.
I've just been so wired up after our last segment.
She's vexed.
I'm not vexed, I'm chill, man. Oh, not again. Remember that podcast where we were just...
I know. I'm telling you, at the end of this entire podcast run, I'm going to have someone collate every clip where you were absolutely not being chill with that bit where you said, I'm chill.
No, but I really want them to also do a similar one for you.
I never said I was
No,
chill.
not about you not being chill, but where you have really tried it.
Chill.
And you could use probably 80% of this podcast.
I didn't do anything.
Sure.
I didn't say anything. That wasn't me. That was literally cordial. I don't know how else I can explain that.
This is people use as an excuse, using an alter ego when they want to be a diva. Look at Beyonce.
I never said that. He was my alter ego.
You might as well, because you really get into character.
Hey man, if the wig fits,
you must have quit. So this is not supposed to be. We are so off topic.
Show no respect to that man.
Not one. So yeah, the Gentleman is based on a film. We're introduced to this family where the father has passed away and he is now leaving his will and of his empire and of his homes and his wealth to his children. Now you would naturally think that his heir would be his eldest son.
His what?
Heir?
His ear.
You know that vowel, ear, here, and Pepe.
Yeah. So what do you think the word is?
Here. Here, his heir.
She wants to say ear so much.
You would assume that his heir would be his oldest son, played by Daniel Ings, but actually he leaves everything to his youngest son, played by the beautiful Theo James. And that's what kind of starts it off, where you're like, okay, there's this disparity in the family, and then we come to learn that actually the father was running, or wasn't running, but he was housing a cannabis empire in the home, but also in other places. And we're introduced to this kind of cannabis industry. When Eddie inherits, this basic cannabis empire, we start to learn...
Freddie does.
Oh, shoot. Eddie does. Shit, this is hard, man. Why don't I just read the synopsis? When Eddie inherits his father's wealth and from his father's
or lack thereof.
belongings from the will, we then follow Eddie's story as to see one whether he would want to continue the cannabis empire. He also meets Susie, played by Kaya. Do not know how to say it. Kaya. Do not know how to say her surname.
I think it's
Scodelario. Scodelario. And she is kind of also heading up basically the day-to-day business. And you see this dynamic between the two of them. The story basically follows Eddie as he's trying to get into this underworld and seeing whether he wants to be part of it. And we start to learn that he kind of is...
You've missed a big chunk of the story.
The chicken suit. No.
Well, essentially, the reason why the dad has not left the business, left everything to Freddie, is that Freddie is a bit of a fuck up.
Yeah.
He owes a debt because he went and made some bad investments. And the story of episode 1 is that he tells Ed that he needs to pay these people some money or they're going to kill him. Ed wrangles the money and then Freddie steals some of it to place a bet again on a boxing match that turns out to be fixed. He loses that chunk of money, and so Ed has to go to Susie and have her basically speak to the crime family that Fred owes money to on their behalf. She does that and they say, okay, fine, we'll take the we'll take money from you for it, but we want a video of Freddie apologising for what he did, but he's got to be dressed as a chicken.
Yeah.
They come round to make this video, Freddie dresses as a chicken, that keep making him do it over and over again because they don't believe it, it's not in his eye, it's not selling. And Freddie, who is also a massive cokehead, does a line of cocaine, grabs the family shotgun and shoots the crime guy, the mafia guy in the head. And from then starts this storyline where they have to cover up this murder.
Yeah.
And they have, another crime family deeply suspicious of what they're doing. So, based on that first episode, I was like, oh, this is going to be, the entire series is going to be a story of this murder and, what happens with that. But by, the end of episode 2, maybe even, by the end of episode 2, that storyline is resolved.
I agree.
And so I was like, okay, well, what's the rest of the series about? And it's like, well, Eddie wants to get out of business with Susie.
Yeah.
He doesn't want they don't want the cannabis farm.
No, they don't. They want to be able to move on and then pay the debt and then just, live their merry life. However,
meanwhile, Freddie is still sort of bumbling around, causing trouble. He's just this massive fuck up. They don't really get under the skin as to why he is a massive fuck up. He just is.
Yeah.
And I found him I even found Ed bailing him out in episode 1, this feels like a fool's errand because he's gonna keep doing something. The fact that he even steals the money in that same episode that you've spent time wrangling to get him out of debt because he's decided he's gonna place a bet. You got in this mess from making a bad bet and you're gonna make another bet. I think at that point, I love my siblings. My one sibling, very, very much. And I've bailed her out where she's had a debt before. But if I found out that she was quite literally contributing to the ongoing of that debt, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
100%. I'm sorry, not to be rude, but I
don't want you to die.
No.
But at the same time, what can I do? Because you're gonna get yourself in a situation again to get killed. How long can I keep bailing you out?
Yeah, I think one chance is enough. I'll bail you out one time, but make the same mistake again. I think it's done.
He made the same mistake twice in the same episode, and I thought, if this becomes an ongoing story where it's just Freddie fucking up and Eddie cleaning up after him, this will become a really tiresome show. Yeah. But you could do something really interesting about the relationship between siblings in that scenario where it's at what point do you decide, I'm gonna wash my hands of you, which means that you might die. It's not where your sibling needs £50 to pay a bill. The bill's not going to kill her if they pay it or not, but it's going to put them in a shit position. This is, you're going to get I know you will inevitably get yourself in trouble again. If I don't bail you out, someone might kill you.
Yeah.
But I actually have to maybe let that happen because you're not learning.
Yeah.
You've got a whole wife as well. It's
he was married as well.
Him having a wife feels crazy to me as well because he spends so much time doing literally anything but be at home with that wife. I was like, what is Freddie's backstory? What is the deal here? What has happened to him that's made him this did he have dreams of being something? It didn't work out and now he's just sort of wallowing in the failure of it. They never quite explain. He just goes, I'm just a piece of shit.
And then, it's one of those interesting things, and you find it in some of these kind of stories where it's based on an aristocratic family or wealthy family, that there's always going to be one person who doesn't live up to the privilege that they've been given. But now I'm thinking of Saltburn, I don't know why. But I agree with you. I don't think there's a lot of character development in terms of who these characters are, apart from you meet them at the will reading and then that's it. Or you meet them just before the will reading.
You literally do meet Freddie at the will reading, but I even found it weird that we meet, and I guess they do it so that you know later on why he's so good at fighting or negotiating or whatever, but that we see Theo James at that checkpoint at the beginning of the series.
Yes,
because it's not even I thought, when I see something like that, something's going to happen at the checkpoint, there's going to be a bomb. Or literally nothing happens apart from someone coming up and being you need to go home because your dad's dead. I was
what's the point? But
it's not a very striking opening image, is it?
No. But I think Yeah,
and I haven't seen the film, so I don't know if maybe that's what the film starts with.
Yeah, neither have I have no idea. But I remember when I saw it, I was like, what is this show about? Like, I remember being a bit confused, and then we get to the will read, and I was like, okay, that's kind of what I was seeing in the trailers, that's what I kind of heard about the show. That is more about, like, English stately home type of vibe. Excuse me. That being said, my favourite character was Freddie. Because I think he did provide a comic relief to the show. Whereas, like, Theo James, sorry, I'm going to call him Theo James, I know his name's Eddie, but he was very serious, very suave, very good looking.
I thought he was fine. This is not the hottest I've ever seen him. I actually think this might be the least hottest I've ever seen him.
Really? I think in some of the outfits he wore, he looked really good. Some of the others, I'm like, eh. But...
You finish your point.
No, I was going to say... But... I was getting the vibe, and I think that's how I was trying to position him. Like, yeah, he's suave, he's sophisticated, he knows how to fight. There was very much a James Bond-esque value to him, especially when he came to some of those fight scenes where it's like, oh, like, I'll fight you, but then I'll also fix my tie up. I don't think he ever did that, but just like that kind of presence that he brought. Like, he wasn't doing like a down and dirty type of fighting that you expect from some of Guy Ritchie's previous work, where it's just very like rough and, you know, British gangster type of thing. It was like, no, I'm sophisticated and I'm, you know, wealthy, so I'm not gonna fight you with fists. But I didn't get much from it apart from that facade. I wish I knew a bit more about him, like a bit more about his backstory, or just a bit more vulnerability that apart from like when he got shot, where he was like, oh, there's a bit of blood there, oops, and then, you know, a girl's cleaning him up.
Yeah, that was very James Bondy.
Yeah, it reminded me of was it Skyfall with the black girl where she was cleaning his
I don't remember the films that well, but
right. It's Skyfall or the one after that one.
It's very Daniel Craig.
Yeah. I think it was Skyfall.
Probably very Sean Connery as well. I feel like it's very James Bond.
It was a very sexy scene, I'll be honest. I remember when she was like trying to like clean him up. I was like, whoa, this is really... No, she was shaving him. I think she was shaving him.
I need to go back. I don't remember
Let me see. What's her name? She's like black girl with curly hair. Absolutely.
Anyone! This could be anyone!
She's absolutely stunning. Wait for it. But yeah, you continue.
I agree with you. I think like all of the characters lack any proper character development. Yeah. It actually ended up being a bit more of a story of the week. It was like structure wise, it starts off with like a arc for episodes 1 and 2, which is like get Freddie out of the trouble that he's got himself in, and then it becomes a story of the week. How can we like improve the business so that we can get out of the business? Yeah. And then like the last few episodes are like the alliance between Susie and Ed has fallen apart, and who is going to come out victorious. Yeah. And also, there was a American crime boss who has taken an interest in their property as well, and what they learn is that he's trying to make a move on them, trying to tank Susie's business and then replace them on Ed's property, but this time like making something like meth. And so it feels like 3 films
in one
that put together, like 3 films but with the same characters, so you are like, oh, it's a show, but they're like they're actually 3 separate stories that are completed. I struggle with this film. I think the show, and I think maybe the reason why I feel like this is like the least hot version of Theo to me is that like I am really over shows about rich white people, even though he's Theo James white.
We debated this off the pod. Last week or the week before last.
Technically, yes. We landed on technically he is.
Technically he is. He's darker skinned, Greek.
Olive skinned, as they used to say. I wouldn't like to say that.
No, I don't think you can. I think you can say olive skin.
Yeah.
I just said...
Oh, you say Uber because it's like
no,
Greek,
I don't think...
olives, is that what I'm trying to say?
No, I think you can say olive skin. Definitely you can say olive skin. I think when you say darker skin, then maybe it was also a bit like...
Yeah, I mean, when you said darker skin, I was just like black.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Basically,
which is that?
Is that when the girl, they say, I like him tall, dark and handsome, like... No, you mean Ben Affleck. You don't mean...
When I was a kid and I would read... Well, I've probably said
said
this
this,
before.
yeah.
When I was a kid and I would read books, I just thought I meant black.
Same. I thought we meant black.
Imagine my surprise.
Yeah. I mean, if I meant white, I would say tall, dark-haired and handsome.
Just your type.
Cordial left the building. Don't bring it back.
No,
in.
this is just Marnie. This is Cordial would make jokes like this. He's a classy. He doesn't know you well enough to be able to dig into your
irony
type.
of the situation is you're there laughing about my type when it's exactly like yours. Bar maybe he's got blonde hair.
Excuse me, that's not true. Anyway.
Anyway. So yeah, when you say tall, dark, and handsome, I'm imagining Ovi from Love Island. Tall, darker hair and handsome, I'm imagining
Ovi from Love Island. He has dark hair.
Yeah, but dark hair means brunette.
Black.
No. Wait, who's my tall?
White.
Who's my tall, dark, and handsome, dark hair and handsome guy? Robbie Downey Jr. He's not tall.
You and this man, honestly, I'll never understand the appeal of bottle access.
It's the arrogance for me.
Yeah, but you didn't like when Cordial was arrogant. Because you hate black people.
He wasn't arrogant, he was sassy. That's the problem.
And said to me, Robbie Downey Jr. is sassy. He's sassy to me.
I don't think he's sassy.
I read it as sassy.
I think he's arrogant. I said I like assertive men.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
And then I said that Cordial was assertive, and you said that's sassy.
No.
So you.
Because I never said that. Listen to it back, boo.
I'm trying to get you cancelled.
I didn't say a single thing.
I'm trying to get you cancelled.
I just said your friend was a little bit sassy.
My
for
friend?
my liking.
My friend?
Because he ain't mine. Bruh.
When we make merch for this, we have to make a Cordial t-shirt. As I described it, it's Lil Yachty, but with the Terrance Howard wig.
When I saw that the Lil Yachty, I was actually imagining
Cordial. I told you it's Cordial.
I could imagine him opening his mouth to talk to me in that way.
That's Cordial, and there's nothing. Did you know Lil Yachty wrote the song "Act Up" for City Girls?
I don't listen to City Girls like that. I have no idea.
But you've heard this song before because it's iconic.
Okay, let me listen to it.
I'll pause this. But what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Act Up, Lil Yachty.
People writing for people.
People write Cordial. The Gentleman.
The Gentleman. We are all over the place.
Well, basically...
We were saying, lack of character... Oh, I was saying, I'm really tired of watching shows about rich white people. No offense for rich white people. Oh, and that's how we got into this, because we were so dark and handsome, and then we got into scratching. Okay. Because I just feel like we go... Oh, they're rich white people, so here's the classic stereotype. They're really raw and they're kind of like foolish, and I felt like both Freddie and Eddie were like different ends of that. That's the spectrum of that caricature, like down to the like cigarette hanging out of his mouth, shooting clay pigeons, you know, on the lawn of their big ass property, and obviously like. I think they had to be those characters because what they want to juxtapose is the idea that there would be a cannabis farm on that property, or when they let the travelling community like come and stay on their the procession of them coming into this big fancy mansion, like the juxtaposition of that is on purpose. But those people are still people. Yeah. Like the same way the travelling community are people. Those rich people are people, and I feel like these people, we never got under the surface of them, so they just felt like caricatures for a really long time. And if I'm being completely honest, I did not care, as a result, about whether they succeeded or failed in their task. Yeah. And towards the end, when he's like really leaning into the like, I'm the mastermind of this community, I was just like, I could like, I care about this even less now. I'm more interested in these people losing than I am in them winning.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to put a bit of humanity towards the end and be like, we're doing this for the greater good. But I'll be honest, when watching The Gentleman, I really struggled to stay awake with each episode. However, that was just me being tired. And you know the girl can be tired.
You said each episode, so you're telling me from start to finish of watching the series, you was tired.
Each episode was probably an exaggeration. What would end up happening is, the first episode I do remember like watching it all the way through, being like, do you know what? It was a decent hour of television. then I would watch episode 2 and 3 together, and I would fall asleep by episode 3. By the end of episode 3. But then I would go back and watch episode 3.
And fall asleep again.
After episode 4 or 5. So basically I was not...
It's like a horrible watching TV experience.
I think what was my big mistake was I was watching it late at night. So that was my biggest thing.
That will do it.
That didn't help. So I really felt I had to keep on rewatching things. And by the time we got to the last episode, I'll be honest, I was a little bit lost of like what was going on. I just
Even with you rewatching stuff, you was lost.
No, last episode I watched it all the way. I think I watched it all the way through. I was a bit tired, and then I just quickly rewatched the last part, like the last 20 minutes. So,
because I will say that, like, towards the end, and I think it's because the storyline shift, the big arc, the arc of the series shifts. I was lost because I was like, right, so that guy has like beat Susie's brother to death, but it turns out that Ed was working with him. So now Susie feels betrayed by Ed, but also it turns out that actually he was using him because he's been working with Susie's dad, and pigeons are involved in some shape or form, and there's multiple crime families, and I was like, I don't really know what the purpose of any of this is.
Oh, I'm very grateful that you felt that way, because I was lost, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm lost because I didn't watch it distinctly all the way through, and I had to go back and re-watch parts of where I remembered it. I had fallen asleep and I came back, to finish watching the episode. But there was a lot going on, and I couldn't keep track of what the storyline was. But I knew at the end something.
I didn't know.
There was a bit of a resolution, but I just didn't know what the point was.
I thought the end was at the end of it. Felt like that last series arc was get rid of. It's really hard. I can't remember what his name is in the show, but he played Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad. So that's all I could think about. Yeah. It's like get rid of him, basically, and in order to do that, but like Ed's plan was to do that and also get rid of all the farm, the cannabis,
so he can look after, so he can run it himself.
No, it felt like it was so that he could get himself out by putting the. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't 100% know what his plan was, but I know that he manages to execute it. So I think the thing I was specifically confused about is they tell all these people that they're selling the business. They all make bids, but this was all to get rid of Gustavo Fring's character. Yeah. And then, but I didn't get the impression that those people wanted the cannabis farm until they gave them the option to buy it. Yeah. So then using that as a way to get rid of them feels like, but they weren't a threat until you made them a threat. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I was confused by that. I know it ends with him shooting the guy who beat Susie's brother. No, giving the gun to Susie. He gives the gun to Susie and she goes, I think you should do it. And then he does it in a very cold way. She's like, ooh. I thought they were going to get together as well.
Same. That's what I wanted, I'll be honest.
There was no romance in the show whatsoever.
No. So, as a lover girl, I do like seeing romance in shows. As a lover girl without any romance in my life, I really wanted them to get together. Because they felt like they were trying to like tease this like sexual tension or kind of like growing tension between the two.
No, they were. I agree with you. I feel like that they were teasing that something was going to happen, and then nothing does. Like even in the episode where they first meet the travelling community, and they're like, oh, if you want to go into business with us, you've got to drink with us, and everybody gets really drunk. They're like dancing together.
That's as close as you're gonna get.
And then afterwards, the like leader of the community is like speaking to Susie, or he's speaking to Ed, and he's like, oh, last night you guys were getting close, and then literally that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No other reference. Like no other reference, and it's annoying, and it's a bit frustrating, but maybe the focus was just about, Eddie, Freddie, and the cannabis business, and that was supposed to be the key focus. I think Susie was an interesting character and kind of a sometimes voice of reason, sometimes this like sharp mouth to kind of like keep Eddie on his toes. And she was like heading up the business, so she was also giving the viewer like an opportunity to understand what this business was about and how Eddie and Freddie weren't aware of it. I think the mum was, but no one else in the family knew about this. So she was really the entryway into understanding what this business entailed, including the other guy who was like high on weed the whole time, which I found him quite funny. At times I found Susie's character a bit annoying, like just her always being so sharp all the time, but not like I really want to see sometimes those softer moments throughout the episodes, apart from maybe towards the end where you kind of saw that vulnerability that she didn't know her father wanted to set up the business, and she was just like, huh? I thought you would have left it to me, kind of thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with her brother.
And also with her brother as well. Yeah, and that was a soft moment. Like, wow, you saw that vulnerability when her brother was like in the hospital. But yeah, I would have loved to see a romance. In my head, as I was watching it, and maybe I don't know Guy Ritchie. I don't think I've watched a lot of his stuff, but I get the impression he doesn't really know how to write female characters. That was maybe that's a reach, but I just didn't feel like.
I mean, I know that they had a writer's room, and I know that there was at least one female writer in that room. Again, it is very annoying to find yourself in a room, and I've spoken to writers who found themselves in that position where they're the only person of their like demographic in that room, and then they're supposed to be the voice of reason, but because you are the only person, it's very easy for people to talk you down.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to say, like, I agree with them that it shouldn't be your job as the woman to convince a room full of men how they should write that character.
Yeah.
All you can do is suggest, oh, maybe this should happen, maybe that should happen, and hope that like they get the message that like, and those suggestions make it into the show. I've heard writers who go in there all guns blazing, being like, this is fucking shit. It's 2024. You should be able to write women, and don't last that long in a writer's room at all.
Yeah.
And then I've heard writers be like, yeah, I was in there, but they didn't listen to a single thing that I said. So it's really tricky. It's really tricky because I honestly feel like most men can't write women.
No.
I also feel like most men don't have an interest in writing women, in that, like, not to get political, if this is called, you know, political in any way, but like, I think a lot of men don't really understand women. Yeah. And as women, we don't have a choice but to have to learn about men.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like women know how to write male characters better?
Well, I would say yes, but then I also think that women write male characters that I would like to watch more. So it's easy for me to go, that wasn't like a really great description of a presentation of a man, because I was interested in that man. Yeah. Like,
that's an idealized view of a man.
Exactly. Like, you have presented the view of men that I want to see. Yeah.
It's like when you talk about like, what's my ideal man, what's my ideal partner, what's my ideal, like, what's your type? You would describe a man that sometimes doesn't exist, or like the girls that write their list of like, these are the qualities I want to see in a man, and you're like, does he exist? There are good men out there.
Yeah, and also sometimes, like, when I hear men speaking about... This is why I think that there's just, like, a disconnect on both sides. Like, when I hear men speaking about what they think that women want, it's never stuff that I've ever heard a woman say that she wants. Yeah. They've got this idea, and I'm like, have you ever actually spoken to a woman? Because, like, or have you spoken to one woman once who said, I would like this, and you've gone, oh, woman, what this? And it's like, it's not true. And whenever they try to write a woman who's different, who's like, oh yeah, she doesn't want the traditional things, they always turn her into a person that still doesn't seem like a real person. Yeah. It's like, I could not want a man, but still like to wear nice clothes. Yeah. And they'll be like, she's a tomboy, she doesn't care about her appearance, she doesn't wear makeup, she doesn't give a heck about that. And it's like, not wanting to settle doesn't mean that you don't take care of yourself. Yeah. Like, sure, there is a woman who is like that, but like, those two things aren't necessarily related, but I just don't think that they get that.
No. So yeah, I think...
Anyway, I said all of that to say that I don't know. I didn't feel like she was a badly written woman. I just feel like the entire series lacked character development across the board, and she also lacked character development. Yeah. So to your point about like, it would have been nice to see just a bit more like layers to that character. She is pretty much the same throughout the show until that thing happens to her brother, and then she's kind of the same, but this time she wants revenge for her brother. You know, like you're never like seeing her reading a book or cooking or just doing anything that kind of normal person does. She's only ever in like
the world.
The world of the show. It's hard.
Or she's always
only
like,
about work.
That's the thing. The focus is always about like the business, getting my weed. You know, it's always about it. Apart, the only time when you saw her let her hair down, literally, was when she let her hair down and she was drunk and dancing, and that was a very, very short scene, but it was needed. It was a nice like reprieve, but what's the word? Reprieve.
Yeah.
I do think that there were moments where it was quite not funny, but it was light at times. Like I think the tone was good.
Yeah, it was really easy to watch. I will say that.
Exactly, and it felt like, and I think that's maybe Guy Ritchie's style. That it just felt very like bold, especially like when they were introducing each of the episodes, the way the graphics would appear. You know, it felt light-hearted, even though they're talking about quite not serious topics, but they're talking about drugs. And it does include murder and it does include crime, but it was just done in a more light-hearted way and, you know, a bit more upbeat. So yeah, it made it enjoyable to watch. Your girl was just tired and that's why she kept on falling asleep, but no, I generally enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't a bad show. And even when I watched episode 1, I was like, oh, that was... I even checked how long the episode was. It was definitely over an hour. I was like, wow. It didn't feel like an hour, even though there was a lot going on. And I think, like, the ensemble was good. My favourite character, as I mentioned, was Freddie. Eddie was a good lead. And I think, if I'm honest, like, the girls will watch for Theo James. Some girls. Marnie's face was like, not me. Do you know what? I want to see. When did you think Theo James was the hottest?
He was so much hotter in White Lotus. He literally has his shirt off for White Lotus. He doesn't get his shirt off once in this show.
I don't know if I need.
He's not
when he's got the
He lifts up his shirt briefly. He doesn't take his shirt off. I don't feel like this character is a heartthrob.
I don't think it needs to be.
No, and I'm saying it does, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't watch this and go,
wow.
This is the hottest anyone has ever looked in a role. Like, I was like, oh, it's Theo James playing a character who is two-dimensional, sick. Like, honestly, he'll always be Mr. Pamuk to me. So it's just always funny when I see him. The first time I ever saw Theo James was in Downton Abbey, and he played this guy called Mr. Pamuk, who was a Turkish prince who Mary has sex with.
What?
But then dies when they're having sex.
What?
Just to call her handmaid, and then they have to move his body back to his room.
Oh my god.
And then the story for the rest of the season is like Mary's secret, and also now she's like a fallen woman, right? Because she can't go and be telling people she's a virgin. She absolutely got laid by this Turkish prince.
So laid that he died.
He literally died on top of her. It was crazy. Wow. And that's like episode 2.
Bruh.
Or episode 1. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, that's when I was like, oh, this show.
I didn't know Downton Abbey was so randy.
Incredible. Love that show.
Yeah.
Well, the first 3 seasons anyway. And Cousin Matthew dies, it's a wrap. But
yeah, is that the one that guy leaves the show?
Yeah. He didn't want to be in it anymore, so they like had him just die in a random car crash.
Yeah, but he never really.
Well, don't say that because he was literally on the FX show for like 3 seasons, so he was fine.
Oh, okay, good to
He was fine.
He was good for him.
But yeah. So I was whenever I was here, I'm like, oh my god, Mr. Pamuk. Do you remember when he died on Tom and Mary?
I actually want to see how he looked in that show. No, not for
I think he looked hot. He looked much younger though.
Yeah. Theo James, Downton Abbey. Yeah, I think, you know... Oh, okay.
Mr. Pamuk can get
He was so young. He's giving the soupy soup bangs though.
What do you mean?
No, like the sweep on the sides with the hair.
You just hate swoops. I'm hearing. It's what I'm learning about.
Swoop. No, it's just it's given a look. It's given a vibe.
And what's the vibe?
I don't know. It's not a vibe that I'm interested in personally, but it's given.
I thought you have something to say about the hat.
Yeah, the hat too, but the hair more.
There's a bit where he's not wearing the hat, obviously, because they.
Yeah, especially if it's on there.
Yeah, he's not wearing the hat. He's just like wearing a shirt. There should be more pictures of him, but there aren't. Anyway, iconic.
Also, he's almost like 40. He looked great in the show.
He looked great in the show.
Not in Downton Abbey. I mean, in
So
Gentlemen.
what do you think men are supposed to look like when they turn 40? Like absolute arse.
That's how men think women look when they turn 30.
We're like 10 years away from that. If we've only got 10 years to find a man because he's gonna look literally like a dustbin. Like, we need to get
All
on
I'm
it.
gonna say is
Let's stop this podcast. We need to get serious about getting married because apparently we've only got 8 years before our husband looks like a literal rat on the highway.
No, I mean, like, in the show, I didn't think I thought he was, like, in his early 30s. I thought we were age mates, okay?
No, that's a down lie. You know that. You did not think he was the same age.
Okay, I thought he was like 35, and I was like, okay.
38.
Huh?
It's given 38.
No, wait.
It's given 38.
No, I'm sorry. No.
It's given 38. Look at my White Lotus and tell me that man's not 38.
I'm going to do Theo James White Lotus. Just have a look. I don't... No.
It's given 38.
I don't think he's giving 38.
You think this is given 35?
No, I don't think that's a great picture of him. With that body, no, I'm giving 35.
And you're saying with that body because you think that 40-year-olds look like if a dog took a shit on top of a cat shit and then put it in your hand.
Why do you have to go there? He just looks younger than, it's the olive skin.
I really feel like I would love.
So how old do you think he
I'd
looks
love for you to describe what you think a 40-year-old looks like, and then for us to just go through a list of celebrities who happen to be 40.
Before I tell you my description, how old did you think he looked in The Gentleman?
I literally just said 38.
And also in White Lotus?
38.
So you both?
Yeah. These were shot, a year, probably not even a year apart.
But okay, I think a 40-year-old man...
Pot belly, he's lost a foot to diabetes. It's called working still.
Can you let me finish, Jare? No, I mean...
Bald-headed.
No, I would think they still have hair, but it's like... Salt and pepper hair with...
40.
Yeah, why not?
That's giving 50.
What, salt and pepper?
Yeah.
Not full salt and pepper. Okay, so, like, dark hair... No, I'm giving you a type. Dark hair with some strings of grey.
At 40?
Sideburns. Yes.
That's giving 50.
Fam, I have some grey hairs. I'm 32.
That's giving 50. But continue, sorry.
Yeah. But I think there's some thinning at the back.
Bald-headed.
Thinning. Some slight thinning.
Big old bald patch.
No. Gosh, that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Comb over.
I think
he's been combing
there will be there'll be some lines, a few lines on the forehead. And the smile lines are getting a bit more deeper.
This man sounds shriveled. I can't even say it. Wrinkled and shriveled up like a prune.
I think he's got some nice laughter lines, but it only shows up when he laughs. And I think... Like, usually they're still probably in decent physique, but, like, it's not, like, six-pack. It's more, like, soft and doughy. And...
Giving life of bread.
And, yeah, I think dress sense, they're not, like...
Flat batty.
They're not wearing... Yeah, batty's not, yeah. They're not wearing Sambas. Oh, they're not wearing Sambas. Hashtag Rishi Sunak.
God forbid.
They're wearing... It's more, like... They wear trainers with the
suit.
suit.
Tesco's own.
They wear like a chino and like a shirt with some trainers, and that's how they call it. They call it a day.
This is 50-year-olds that you're describing nowadays. I don't think nowadays 40-year-old women dressed what you've just described is Ned Flanders. You've literally just described Ned Flanders.
I'm just trying to think about the 40-year-old.
Shirt, chinos, and trainers, but nondescript trainers. Just trainers.
Like Adidas or Nike trainers or like not Reeboks. Basically, I'm now trying to think in my head of the 40-year-old men, the few 40-year-old men that I know, and I don't think I've described it very well.
No, I think that man that you described, like I said, is Ned Flanders. Sans the moustache. And with the lines of a literally 8-year-old man somehow.
I think I'm now thinking of a guy that I work with, and I also think of my landlords who I both think are in their 40s.
You think they're in their 40s, but they might not be in their 40s.
No, the guy I work with is definitely in his 40s, and he doesn't look.
But is he 40?
He's over 40, yeah.
And he doesn't look like shriveled up.
He doesn't look like anything I just described. Yeah. He's got like a full head of dark hair.
Listen, I'm just going to apologise now on behalf of Shoshana and this podcast to any 40-year-old men listening to this. I personally do not think that you guys look like...
I do think you can tell that they've aged a little, like they've got some lines. But it's not like deep. They look after themselves, they have the skincare.
but you don't look as good as Theo James, is what she's saying.
No,
Theo James
I just think...
is 35. You are 40.
No, I just thought Theo James was in his early to mid 30s.
Fuck that.
Early
to mid 50s.
If he was in his early to mid 50s, that'd be a different story. But I thought he just looked really good for his age.
And he is not that old.
Yeah, and I don't think he is. But I just said he looks younger than his age. What's the debate?
By 2 years. I don't think he does look younger than his age. I think he looks his age.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Did
you know Todrick Hall is 39?
No, but we don't crack.
See, that is a person who looks good for his age.
He really
doesn't look 39.
Because
I think
is
if
39.
you hear that Theo James is 39, you're not going to be like, no way!
Maybe not. This dude? No, I mean him.
Listen, you're a better scholar when it comes to white faces. I just think they...
What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Please. Again, you can't... This is a pot calling the kettle, calling the pot calling the kettle. You can't be there talking about me knowing this.
I'm saying that, like, he looks his age to me, but you're saying he looks younger.
So
all I'm saying is that obviously you've looked at more 40-year-old white men to know that he looks younger than... When was this taken? When was this photo taken?
Like a couple months ago.
That man is 40 years old.
He does not. He's 39, by the way.
That man looks 40.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
All I'm going to say is this.
That's what I'm saying, is that he looks 40. You're saying that based on the white men that you know who are 40, he doesn't look 40.
Yeah,
and I'm saying I'm just not as much of a scholar on white men as you are.
That's ironic.
Is it? Is it? Or is it a fact? Or is it a fact?
How many white guys have you been there?
How many 40-year-old white men do you know?
Not many.
List them.
Not many.
You've got a there's literally, I'm looking at your notebook and it's full of names. You're trying to cover it up, lads.
No. For me personally, like, I'm not a scholar in any particular race. I love all.
So you would say that you do not consider yourself a scholar as a black person. You don't know anything about being a black person. You do not think you're a scholar of black people.
All races.
You said any. Men. You said any. Wrap this podcast up.
Please.
It is a nightmare. This is a nightmare podcast. We apologise.
Yeah.
I don't.
It wasn't.
Apologise
for yeah, you really need
the way that. Don't start now because we're about to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it. So let's continue. How would you rate the dress?
Let's wrap it up. You said let's continue.
No, because I thought when you said let's wrap it up, I thought you were going to add something else to it.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought we were done.
Okay, yeah, I've been finished for a long time.
Why did you say it in that tone? Because you're trying to start shit, but
I'm not starting that. Look, I've finished.
Okay, say it again in a way that's not.
You start.
Your tone's very pointed.
You start and I finish. So, how would you rate The Gentleman? Marnie, I'm talking to Marnie.
No, because you're being goofy now.
No, I'm not. Okay, no seriousness. Ratings.
-5.
No. I'm being goofy. Yeah.
I don't even know.
Okay.
This was a show that I watched in the background while I was like literally playing a game. So I would say that this is not sit down event TV. This is have on in the background, do your ironing TV.
Yeah.
So I would actually give this, and you're like, as you said, it's enjoyable, it's easy to watch. Like, I would give this what was that show? Did we review that show?
Which one?
The Harlan Coben one. Oh no, we didn't.
No, Fool Me Once.
No,
we didn't review that.
Oh, I don't know. 6
out of 10. I would
only because Daniel Ings and the cannabis guy are funny. Otherwise, this would not get a 6.
Yeah, I would give it a 7.
If you say it because of Theo James, I'm just gonna end the podcast. I'm gonna sign.
No,
out.
actually, to be perfectly honest, I've seen Daniel Ings and Theo James in interviews, and I'm like, Daniel, people are sleeping on that Daniel because I think he's quite attractive. I gave it 7 because I found it a really enjoyable watch. We've watched some shockers. There was a period last year we were just watching shockers of terrible TV, and I actually found that this was really enjoyable. I mean, like you were playing games while you were watching it, I was catching some Z's on some episodes. But actually, enjoyed it, and I knew there was something valuable about the show. That's why I kept on coming back to finish the episode. I think I'm down for the relationship between Susie and Eddie if they ever get a season 2. I just thought the tone was really fun. It felt like really like British, but not like it didn't. Guy Ritchie's done a lot of stuff that I've just never watched and never been that interested in. But I
quite like Snatch.
Was it good? Okay, I just have never really been that invested in the Guy Ritchie stuff. But I actually found this quite approachable, and for me that was made it enjoyable. And yes, I get an extra point because of Theo James, because my guy looked good.
Unlike Shoshana, I don't objectify men, so...
No, I wasn't just objectifying him because he just looked good, but he acted it, well for what the material was given, so, and then Daniel Ings was also really hot. Like, he was really attractive, and I think he's quite short in real life, but,
I don't think he is short.
Let me see. Actually, I think I googled this as I was watching this.
I don't think he is short.
Daniel Ings' height.
He's got a really big head.
He does, doesn't he? It makes him look... Sure. Daniel Ings' height.
I know what I mean about Shoshana and objectifying men. Instead of touching to be typing Daniel Ings awards, Daniel Ings achievements, she's typing in Daniel Ings height.
1.83 meter height. Yeah, he's 6 foot. Crap, tall.
6 foot is not tall. 6 foot is just taller than you. That's not tall.
And I'm not objectifying his height.
But that's not. I'm just saying objectively, not even unobjectively, not subjectively, unobjectively. 6 foot is not tall.
I think 6'4" is tall. 6 foot. Excuse me.
6'4" is tall. Yeah,
it's very tall. I thought 6 foot was decent height. Basically, the extra point goes to the really attractive people. Definitely Daniel Ings. Definitely Theo James.
Wow, not one single person of colour. Interesting.
Watched the whole show. Oh, do you know what I do love? Oh my goodness, the guy who plays Gustavo. I think that's his real name.
No, that's not his real name. His real name is not Gustavo. I literally said that's the name of his character in Breaking Bad. You're like, I think that's his real name.
This review is so unhinged. Oh my gosh! You know what? Anytime we do these reviews, I actually need to watch the show recently.
Yeah, your lack of commitment to the show is really showing, because how can you come on the podcast you don't even know what you're talking about? Boo! Boo!
I just want to find out the guy's name in real life. Anyway, he's
Ernesto.
Oh, so he plays Stanley. He's Esposito.
Giancarlo
Esposito. He's like in his 60s, 65.
Yeah.
Like that, he looks good. He looks good for 65.
Yeah, because by your standards, 65 is literally a mushroom in a wheelchair.
I would have never said that.
When you're 80, you're just an urn.
He looks fantastic. Like, honestly, he really does.
And he's looked like that for a while.
He does, yeah. Just frozen in time. But he, I really loved his character as well. But he played a very similar character to what he did in Breaking Bad. But I still loved it.
Tonally very different. Because he wasn't doing up jokes in Breaking Bad, actually.
Yeah, so he wasn't.
There was nothing funny about his character.
But he played the villain.
Yeah.
He played the villain in both shows. Either way, I really enjoyed his character too. And it's always nice to see the old British faces like Vinny and Ray Winston. I mean like familiar, well-loved faces in the UK, such as Vinnie Jones and Ray Winston. Good. He looked great.
Actually, so is Ray Winston.
Yeah, they look both really good. So, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. What are we do next week?
Borders.
Yeah. So, Borders, is it on BBC?
Yeah, iPlayer.
iPlayer. We'll be watching that next time. And this has been one chaotic pod. But on behalf of Shoshana, Marnie and Kordelle, I hope you enjoyed it.
Cordial.
Yeah, he wasn't being cordial at all. This has been Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana.
And Marnie.
And Kordelle.
It's called Jewel. Don't do that again.
And he can draw himself out of here.
You guys are lucky I came on your podcast, because your podcast was dead before I got here.
Alright then.
Alright, cool. Just see yourself out.
About time. Bye.